Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Neon Souls. Thanks for joining us on this lovely Friday afternoon, evening, Saturday morning, whatever time it is for you out there. Welcome. We're here to play The Sprawl, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game. If you haven't joined us for any of our sessions so far, I think this is like session 15. Am I right saying that? 14? 14. All right. I should know these things, but I don't. So thanks if you haven't joined us for any of those beforehand, welcome. Definitely check out our prior episodes if you like what you see here today. We're starting a new mission, so it's actually a good time for you to come and join us. Everything should be pretty self-contained here. Hopefully not too many callbacks, but you never know. Actually, no, this whole session is a callback. What am I saying? I'm so sorry. All right. Before we get going, though, you saw all of our lovely pregame video where you can see all the shows that we do here on this channel, past, present, and future. If you want to check any of those out, check our schedule below. It has the full listing of everything we do throughout the week. Our next show after this one will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Saturday night's Star Power, where we play the new game. It was just kickstarted Overarms. It's sort of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure styled because I'm running it and that's half of my personality. So come and join us for that. Like I said, it's at 7 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. After that, our schedule throughout the week is pretty much as stated. What you're going to see below our faces if you're watching us live on Twitch. If you're watching this in the future on a VOD or on YouTube, head over to our Twitch page, check out our schedule, see whatever we're doing at this time in the future. I'm going to let these people introduce themselves because we got a special guest here today. But first, going across the list, we'll be starting off with GB.
Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern, and tonight I'll be playing Klaxon, the drone jockey driver. That's me.
I'm next this time.
You are.
Hello. I'm Savvy at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, and tonight I am playing Choke, the killer.
And now it's Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan, also known as the Magimatrix, and tonight I'm playing Clarity the Hacker.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm Smackaroni pretty much everywhere on the internet. I am playing Crisis the Hunter tonight, and I'm a guest.
Yay, thank you for joining us, Sam. And last up, Sid.
Hello, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. Thank you for all the cheers and chat. You're all amazing. And I'm here a couple of days a week. But tonight I am playing Impulse, the Pusher. I was going to go with Reporter, but I didn't because I remembered that I actually changed playbooks. So, yeah.
Woo. And I am Sean, the MC of this game, here to set up the weirdness, and that's all I do. And thank you for the cheers in the chat, Captain Nemo, for the bits. We very much appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started then, shall we? Last time on Neon Souls, you had wrapped up a job answering the question of who was hacking into Clarity's computer. You had, through setting up a date with one of your contacts, Swin, and a member of Catechism, a developer or an IT specialist, you had gotten the names of some corporate fixers, some higher-ups that work for the company. One, Deborah Keene, who you made contact with, and it was then revealed to you that she was none other than Miss Scarlet. You had a little bit of a conversation with her about everything that happened in the past few months regarding your involvement with Catechism and them being not too happy with some of the things that you had done, especially Impulse, stealing some of their equipment. There had been a sort of a cover-up. One of their developers had been killed, and you all had been hired to deal with the cover-up on that, sort of unbeknownst to them. You were the original ones that stole the information. All this was laid out on the table. You presented the facts, and you were offered a deal. Miss Scarlet was going to enlist you one more time to help. You would give her over all the information that you needed. Impulse would essentially be on the hook. Spoiler alert, they were going to ask to put a cortex implant in your head, though that never really got brought up. And in exchange for keeping your stuff, so that you could get your keep your job and keep all the stuff you had stolen from them, you said no, that you turn over the data. Impulse had the device, her implant, removed. She is now cyberware free, and you have, well, mostly cyberware free.
I still have my razor sharp cheekbones and my that one's still there.
Okay, and your winning personality, and you lowered your wanted level essentially with Catechism, on a little bit better relationship with them at this point. After all of that had finally come to light and you've dealt with everything, you decide to finally take on a job in which you might get paid, because it's been a little while. To do so, you spoke with Renata, a contact. No, you didn't speak with Renata. Who am I looking at?
We just had Renata on the brain. We're talking about
how I know.
Incredibly attractive she was earlier.
No, you got a job from a fella named Frank over at Gubba Bumps, who wanted your help to clear out a facility that had been overtaken by giant land-walking hallucinogenic predatory shrimp. And you said yes to this. I don't know why. But he offered to pay you well. You got a lot of information. You learned that Frank, through his coffee mug, works for Soma. Is the parent company for Gubba Bump. And yeah, you were given the job to get in there, reactivate the facility to contain the shrimp, killing as few of them as possible, so that Gubba Bump could sell the shrimp as drugs, because they're hallucinogenic properties. And that's where we're at. All of this was not something that I came up with on my own.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. So you rolled to get the job. You got all that information. The only thing we need to do now is you want to do some prep work. Choke wanted to do some drills with the team, and we need to stake cred on the mission. Decide how much you guys want to chip in. You can stick to your usual 2 all around if you want to be chickens, or you can.
You cannot goad us. You can't. It's not gonna happen.
I don't have that much.
I'm above peer pressure. I'm sorry.
I'm not. I just am poor.
Just a reminder, if you stake an extra cred, it advances the action clock by 1 for each cred that's staked, or it alternates between the action and the legwork clock. So, I mean, if you guys actually do good, then you could get a lot of money, but sure, that's fine. Just stake 2 then, I guess. All right.
Okay, the peer pressure might work a little bit, but I'm not giving in. No, 2.
All right, everyone's doing 2?
Yeah.
All right.
We've been married since 2014. You can't pressure me to do anything.
Fair.
Marriage.
All right. Y'all
Wait.
mark down 2.
So does that doesn't go the other direction, though, right? I mean, literally, you like mow the lawn and he's mowing the lawn. Is this a thing?
I've never mowed a lawn.
Oh,
What are you
wow.
talking about?
No, we have some.
Fair enough.
We
Yeah,
have people
exactly,
to do that
exactly.
for
Chop,
us.
chop.
What do you think these lily white hands
I
do
don't
every
do
day?
I've ruined it already. I'm
Nope, not even gonna go there. I have a stump to chop wood out back, so that's the difference, I guess.
Everyone on the internet, do me a favor, go to Twitter and ask GB his life story. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh man, never know. Stop.
So you guys have some prep work to do, and you may need some help to do it. What would y'all? What's the plan?
Choke, this is your. I mean, this could literally be a rodeo if we really wanted it to. Like, I'm seeing rope and seeing this is internet gold. But anyway,
What do you think I do for a living?
kill things.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have, yeah. But I mean, there are ways to kill things that are somewhat, theatrical and entertaining, for the masses.
You know they don't kill the animals at the rodeo.
Oh, you're right. That's like matadors. That's like a bullfighting thing. Anyway, all right. So, what I was trying to say was that we kind of defer to you on this one. This is sort of a, this is going to involve a lot of pew pew. So,
Yeah, so not really a hunter per se.
You kill things.
I know, but I don't generally have to find them. But I think I know someone who can. Potentially. Don't think you're gonna like who he works for. We can talk about that later.
Why don't we talk about it now?
You know what? I don't think that's my place. He does contract work like everyone else.
Fine. Go ahead and give him a call.
I'll just call him.
Okay.
It's not like a weird double cross where he's gonna work for Aegis and then come after me because I'm already dead. I don't want to be not dead anymore.
No.
Okay. I'm cool then. And he goes back to like a donut or something.
I'll call Crisis.
Okay. Crisis. What are you doing? Like, what does a everyday look like for somebody named Crisis?
Well, Crassus is most likely relaxing, waiting to get a call. Has his feet kicked up, not doing much. Right now.
Your data pad starts to flash as you're getting a call from Choke.
Someone says, "Choke. Long time since I've gotten a call from you. What's going on?"
How you been?
Oh, poor.
Well, I might be able to help with that.
Really?
You still taking work?
Always.
How do you feel about shrimp?
They're great on the barbecue.
How do you feel about giant, looking at Impulse, trying to remember all of the additives?
Land walking,
predatory, hallucinogenic, shrimp.
Sounds like a fun way to spend an afternoon.
Great. Then I've got a job for you. Come over.
All right. I'll be there in Where are y'all located these days?
Are we back at the workshop now?
You
I
guys
don't
are
remember
at the workshop
anymore.
now.
We've been running back and forth. I will send him the drop a pin. I don't know. Whatever it is.
All right. I'll grab a hover Uber and be over in a moment.
Great.
I come over.
So he's a little different than sort of the rest of the people have brought through, but it's fine.
Different how?
He's at the door.
It is
I
the
do-
door.
I do just want to say, hover Uber is actually the hover round and Uber sort of merged, and that's what we have now is
Good.
hover Uber.
Hover Uber.
Just works a little differently.
It's spelled H-U-B, like, you know, because it's like, you know,
Uber. Yes, that is the door, and Crisis arrives to the workshop, which I don't think has changed. Big loading bay area, mostly an auto garage that's been outfitted for the day-to-day life of this fixer team.
Cool.
and then there's like tech wires running across the ceiling, like under a catwalk that go to a closet, like tons of cables, and then there's like stairs that go up to a second story kind of thing that's in the garage, and it's like all clean and everything, and that's like the office, the like professional office. Just visualizing, that's all.
Should I get the door?
No, I got it. I'll get the door.
Cool.
Hello, come in.
All right. So, I guess Crisis comes in, doesn't really, he's a very blunt man, probably just goes, Joe, walks in, and starts kind of looking around.
Beer in the fridge. Impulse.
Right.
Klaxon.
Hey, from underneath
Just-
a tank.
Just points to a closet door. Clarity.
Claire! Company!
Okay.
It's not the shooting kind. It's fine.
Oh, good. Okay, I was getting my pistol ready.
Oh, she's learning. It's great.
Crisis.
Mm-hmm. And so he walks over to the fridge, cracks open a beer, and comes back and says, "Did I hear the name Klaxon?"
No, I said Jackson.
All right. So if I did, I'd be impressed. Like, I thought he was dead, and if he's still
He's-
alive, like, props.
So dead.
He's absolutely, positively dead as a doornail.
Are we talking about Klaxon being dead?
Yes, he's so dead. Just incredibly, like, there's no one deader than Klaxon.
Mm-hmm.
He's the deadest.
Remember how dead he is?
Yeah, super dead. Like, he's so dead. Like, we were
Soup's
not there, but he was definitely dead. Dead. I mean,
I heard it was
Choke
just-
there.
Y'all,
It was
Choke
gruesome.
killed him.
y'all acquainted with him?
Oh, there was a video
Oh.
Yeah, it was terrible.
kind of
Right.
circulated.
They really need to
bit.
get that crap off of the net, I swear.
Anyway, I kind of maybe like missed introductions. Who's this?
My name is Crisis, and he holds out his hand to Lacey.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I was just in the closet because like not in the closet, like in the closet literally, because I was just doing some tech stuff because that's what I do is the tech stuff.
Hmm.
Nice to meet you.
Is she always like this?
Yes.
Oh, nice to meet you too. What was it, Claire?
Yeah, you can call me Claire.
It's a nice name. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Leans over to Impulse. What did I do?
She likes a bad one.
So is he here for the giant shrimp?
Yeah.
And you're sure you're gonna bring me for the giant shrimp stuff?
Well,
I guess there's doors and stuff that might need to be open. Like we are like hurting them and getting into the facility and stuff.
yeah, we're gonna have to lock them in.
Okay.
Like utilizing the Tortuga pretty heavily, right? To like
Probably.
get space as needed, like around the shrimp.
Yeah.
So you can just hang in there with a centaur, maybe even some noodles, and like do your thing.
Okay, yeah. I have a pistol. It'll be fine. And
I
taser
picked
and...
that big one off, the one in the freezer. I picked that one off with the pistol. So I mean, it's possible.
After it tried to
Sure.
eat my face.
I have
No, it was the baby one that tried to eat your face. It was the little one that got in with the big one. Yeah.
How big we talking on these shrimp?
Open the freezer
He goes and opens the freezer.
and show him the small one, which is like this big.
Like bigger than a football.
Bigger than a red box.
And then what's left of the big one, because we did have like a little bit of a psychedelic barbecue for that one.
So
The
that's
biggest
like
one-
a baby.
The biggest one y'all saw was probably the size of like a cow.
He looks at the shrimp in the fridge, just like, all right, we're gonna have a fun time today, kids.
They get bigger than that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the point is not to just kill all of
Okay.
them.
Oh, so I'm called in as a rancher, not a hunter.
Well, I mean, we're gonna
I
have to
do
kill some
both.
of them. But yeah, we're gonna try to wrangle as many as we can.
All right. Well, my skill chips are set today for sharpshooting and wrangling, and I'm not joking. So I think we got a good setup here.
That's why I called you. Okay, so plan.
I'm sorry, just to like get all this out in the open. It's not usually a question that I ask, but it was brought up earlier. So, do you work for Catechism?
No.
Good. That's the correct answer.
Klaxon then
I work
slide.
for Ares Aegis.
That's it. Klaxon was sliding out from underneath the tank with his sweatshirt like this, and then he hears that and he just slides back in under the tank.
Right.
Makes lots of wrenching noises. Tang, ting, clang.
Okay. Well, that's manageable.
Yeah, but not catechism.
Thank God. What a bunch of assholes. All right. So, okay. We well, we'll let y'all work with the bang bang stuff. So you said drills. What do we have to do?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how we're gonna approach it.
Well,
But the two of us are probably not enough.
Well, so Frank, lovely Frank, love Frank. Wasn't Frank nice? He was so nice.
It was super nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so Frank said that we basically needed to get into the center of the facility to sort of power on the perimeter fence.
Right. So we gotta get in to the middle so we can lock it down. The problem's getting there.
Yes, and knowing where we're going. So probably need some blueprints, schematics of the facility when it was up and running. Yeah?
Should I be getting those? Should I get those now?
Well, let's see what else we need. So, like, schematics for sure.
Well, should we do something like to bait the shrimp so that we can like get them away from us? Maybe just get. I wish we still had that dead body.
No, such a waste.
We never used it. It was such a waste. They threw it away. Pigs.
Crisis takes a giant swig of his beer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's like, okay, this is what it is today.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, he was already dead when we find him.
That
Oh,
is
yeah,
better.
no, we didn't kill him. No, he was already dead.
So, blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how intact the facility is? Are we gonna need a bunch of bits and bobs?
Do we remember
Spare
from our
parts?
drive-through? Our pit stop? Our inadvertent pit stop.
Is this gonna be like throwing a lever, or is this gonna be like we gotta get Jackson in
Oh, that's
to
really
fix it?
true. Okay. Well, I guess maybe the schematics will tell us like how extensive this sort of, you know, what's the thing that like turns on all the other things? The power source. Yeah,
Power
generator.
source,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah. And maybe we'll have a better idea once we know what that is.
Yeah, I would say from your guys' drive-by, you know, it's like one big like central facility, this big like hangar looking building, and then a couple of like outlying buildings as well. It's all in the desert, so there isn't like a lot of there's not a lot of cover or foliage or anything, but there were a lot of like structures and stuff built inside, with one like more comprehensive structure at the center.
So maybe.
We get like a Moogle Earth picture of it, you know, so we can kind of figure out what kind of yardage of fence and all we need. I mean, then I can maybe figure out how much power it's gonna need.
So schematics, some sort of satellite image, maybe bait. I like this bait idea, but I don't know much about wrangling shrimp.
Yeah.
I mean, they did seem to want to kill me very bad. So, worst case.
Well, when running events, when you need to like refill the buffet, the best idea is to put the food across the room. That way you can refill over here, right? Same principle, right?
But are they attracted by sound, smell?
I bet someone's written something about these shrimp on the internet.
Probably.
Very true.
I'm just saying, worst case, I make good bait.
I mean, you always make a bait.
It's worked before.
Okay.
Does somebody want to do some shrimp research?
Shrimp. Research. Now!
Woo!
Now,
Gonna declare contact.
Claire, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah, whoever wants to roll for that.
Do you want to do research, and then I'm gonna declare contact and maybe get some info that way.
Yeah, that'd be two good ways to do that.
I can research with my search optimization.
Ooh, what's that?
That's where I always get to ask a follow-up question, and then I take an additional intel if I get a 10+.
Nice.
Right. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, let me do that real quick. That's a 10, so I get 2 intel.
All right.
And my questions. Let's see.
What is it the giant shrimp finds so attractive about Choke? No.
I would imagine the same thing that all the rest of us find so attractive about Choke. I mean, let's be honest.
Exactly. That's a good way to phrase it. I guess what is the shrimp's weakness?
Okay.
Large, muscular women.
Cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna mute myself.
Boiling water.
So I'm gonna say what you find is it's a series of like research articles that probably like mostly like grad students and stuff had done as on this strange ecosystem that exists just outside of San Angeles of these shrimp that have been like the genetically accelerated and bred to a point that they have become what they are right now. So there have been a little bit of studies from people brave enough to get close enough to look at them. As far as what are their weaknesses? I want to be dramatic, be like, they have none. These are the perfect killing machines. No. They are susceptible to things that they were originally susceptible to when they were normal shrimp. They are not very... They don't have so they see or they navigate based on some form of like sonar. They like read air currents based on the ones that are land walking now. So you gather they don't really hear or see in the typical sense. They more pick up like vibrations in the air and the ground around them. They as far as the types of shrimp that are there are the company Ggameknights has bred a lot of different they've bred a few different types, splicing different genes together to try to create the most delicious shrimp in their quest for shrimp dominance. But they, as far as what kind they're and what genetic, what like has sort of taken over at this point, there's like a whole bunch of different types with different abilities and characteristics and things like that. But mostly, they're all very flammable. Because they propel based on gas. They have gas sacks that they use that they kind of hover off the ground because their legs aren't really built to support themselves. So they've evolved these sort of gas sacks that sort of give them some buoyancy in an oxygen-based environment. But they are very flammable in that sense, and highly volatile gas that they carry within their bodies.
Gee, that's all your fault.
Okay, so that's my first question about the shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my follow-up question. You say that they use like a sonar, air waves?
Yeah. Like
so if we got some sort of like sonar disruptive loud thing,
it would agitate them.
but would it affect their ability to tell where things are?
It would, yeah. Based on some I think there's some like videos and stuff, people trying different. There's like a Cloverfield style handheld video that some research students did, and you see them setting up some device like this to see if they can like lure them to a location. They flip it on, and you just see this like you know the scene in the Matrix where all of the sentinels come pouring out through the top of the dome and kind of winding around, all crashing down? That's kind of what it is. This massive wave of shrimp just comes like pouring out of the facility, and then like comes, it's just screaming, and they drop the camera, and you just see all of these shrimp just like crashing down to destroy whatever the source of the sound is.
Zerg rush.
Okay. Does that? I guess that counts as my follow-up question.
It would work. In you could use that to disrupt them. They are responsive to noises and disruptions in the atmosphere. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, so they're very flammable, but like we're not supposed to kill a ton of them. But I think that's important information just in case we get into a situation where we do need to blow up a bunch of shrimp. And also there's this whole sonar thing that they use to get around, and I think if we can disrupt that on the right frequency, we can confuse them, or they might just attack us or attack the thing that we do the sonar with, which could be good bait.
So, what I know about wrangling animals is that if you can convince them, whether they see or whether they hear or whether they feel, if you can convince them that you are bigger than them, they will not come towards you. They will go away. If we can create something sonar related or vibration big enough to make them think we're bigger than they are, we can just direct where they go right into their pen. Whether that be high tech or something a little more low tech, like an explosion. Since you said they're flammable, they'll most likely want to avoid heat.
This guy's cool.
Go with me here. You said wrangle them.
Did?
The largest of them are about the size of like a cattle.
I'm listening.
Well, the largest ones we saw.
That we saw at
Just
least.
for clarity.
This is fair. What if, with some paper mache and elbow grease, we turn the Tortuga into a giant shrimp? And then whatever we do, they'll follow it.
That'll work if they can see.
We always take these jobs and I think they're going to be so cool, and then you all manage to make them so not cool.
It'll be like the Pied Piper, like just all the shrimp, like following the Tortuga around. It'd be amazing. Why is that not cool?
Do you think those are cool words you just said?
Pied Piper, shrimp, following. I mean, shrimp, yes.
Now, you got something going on with the Tortuga there, though. We don't necessarily need to make it all shrimpified. But what we can do is if we can figure out the frequency they use, we can copy it and they'll follow us.
Already there was like chicken wire and paper mache stuff being drug out to, like, you know, turn it into a giant shrimp. Puts the chicken wire back.
Okay.
Sorry to ruin your role there, Jackson.
We're all good. It's cool. We got a kicking stereo going on. We'll just move the speakers outside.
So that solves part of the problem, which is getting them all in, but we are going to need to get into the facility to actually turn everything on. Two teams?
Sure.
Team Light It Up, Team Pied Piper.
I don't know if I can roll with the name Team Pied Piper.
I told you.
Why don't you go with the Team Light 'Em Up, and Choke can go with Team Pied Piper. That way we have 2 shooty types, 1 on each team.
Yeah. I can roll with that.
All right.
My bike has a missile launcher on it. Does that help?
Maybe.
I don't think it hurts.
I was just deciding whether or not to bring it.
Yeah, that was the thing that I keep forgetting. That there's an autocannon on the Tortuga, but it also has grenade launchers that I completely forgot about. Anti-personnel grenade launchers.
Okay.
Why are we allowed to have all these things? We're children. Anyway,
Money.
We are not allowed
Many.
to have these things.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That's
I
true.
think we stole most of these.
Yeah,
things.
no, that's really fair.
I've bought all my equipment.
Me
I'm
too.
pretty sure you have a silenced gun that I disagree with. That you broke a man's neck for.
He tried to shove me out a window.
I wouldn't call that buying.
All my other equipment.
All right. Let's do some more look into maybe if we can get sort of that schematic situation of at the old facility, maybe see what sort of parts and doodads we might need for that. I'm curious about this whole Pied Piper thing, though. Maybe we can get a little more info.
Claire, you were the one doing research on those shrimp. You find anything about the frequency?
There was a video that had a lot of noise in it, so I'm pretty sure we could probably match whatever noises that were coming from that video.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
It just sort of sounded like a jackhammer, like with like a burlap sack over it.
No, that was a big group of shrimp just tearing into some grad students who decided to go out there.
Oh, they really have to get this snuff stuff off the internet. I swear to God, it's awful. I'm gonna make a call. I'll be back.
All right.
I'd like to declare contact.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were going. Okay. Let's play the impulse dating game. Who's it this time?
Dr. Lucy Godfrey.
Every other person you guys give me is a doctor. Just letting you guys
She's an
know.
actual one. She is actually a doctor. I don't think anyone that I've given you is actually a doctor. She's for real a doctor. She's a zoologist.
All right.
Who specializes in insects, arachnids, and crustaceans.
The insects of the ocean.
Indeed.
I'm just putting shrimp-related stuff.
Bugs.
Bugs.
Okay.
I, in fact, really just met her on a whim. She was just at a bar. She'd had a hard day, and we both started talking, and we enjoyed each other's company. And then we had sex, and we still keep in touch, though. Yeah. She's interesting to have conversations with. She's a little... I will credit her with being able to carry on long conversations with clarity, because they have similar thought patterns. They're both just that intelligent that it's hard to follow sometimes.
Okay. All right. Dr. Lee, does she know you as Impulse? Marilyn.
She knows me as Impulse, yeah.
Impulse. All right. All right. So you give her a call.
Mhm.
All right. you there's a brief moment where you hear the phone or the data pad answering on the other end, and it sounds like something dropping, and just hold on, and there's like this screeching noise for a second, and then you hear this hissing, and then a long shit, and then a slamming, and then very breathily Dr. Godfrey coming to the phone. Hey, oh, Impulse. Hey, what's up?
Luce, you okay there? That sounded a little scary.
Oh, yeah, just just a spider.
A spider.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very loud sound. How big is that spider?
Bigger than you'd expect.
So just no. Okay, great. I'm gonna change the subject now because I'm terrified. How are you?
I'm good. Actually working on a lot of stuff right now. Been pretty busy. How about you?
Just booked. Totally
Yeah.
booked. Just work. I actually stumbled upon something that I was wondering if I can get your expertise on. I wonder if well, I know you probably know something about shrimp, but not your typical ocean-dwelling kind, more the, predatory land-walking. That
Yeah. I'm familiar with the breed. They haven't really been classified yet, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
They
over at
haven't been
Gubba Bumps.
Yes, exactly. They haven't been properly classified?
No, nobody's really wanted to get close enough to figure that out.
Well, what sort of information do you need to make a proper classification?
Need some samples.
Interesting.
Behavioral patterns. A lot of data would go into it. The problem is it's kind of dangerous. There were
Of
these
course.
grad students that went out like a couple years ago.
Just tragic.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah. They still haven't found his leg.
Oh, awful. Just awful. What do you think about, the Godfrey shrimp?
The what now?
The Godfrey shrimp.
I mean, I would never be so self-centered as to name something after myself.
Oh, come on. You've worked for years. You're fabulous. Why not, just crowning achievement? Do a little something first.
What is it? What are you angling for here, Impulse?
I have an opportunity to potentially get up close and personal with some of these miraculous beasts. And I was just wondering if you happen to know, or if any of your colleagues happen to know, a particular frequency that they utilize for, moving around, that sort of thing. If you did, and I were maybe able to get some samples, some video footage, some personal observations. I'll go full Jane Goodall on this, babe.
Go ahead and roll Hit the Streets.
Okay. 6 plus 2 is 8 plus my Hit the Streets is style, right?
Yes.
Plus 2 is 10.
All right. So you get what you want, and a little something extra. So you either get intel or gear.
Let's say intel.
Okay. She says, all right. I may know I've had drinks with the head of the department who handled or mentored the grad students that did the thing. So I have some of their research available to me that I could pass on to you, with the warning that you saw the video, I assume.
Oh, of course. Again, tragic.
Okay. Didn't go well for them.
I mean, I already have a sample, if you'd like it.
Like a piece of one, or like a whole specimen?
Well, not an entire specimen.
If it's not a full complete specimen, it's not as useful. I'd like.
Never mind. I might have a full specimen. It's not as large as most of them. It might be an adolescent or something of that nature.
If you could get me a complete specimen within 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe close to 7-2 if you're preserving it.
Does frozen matter?
Not if you can get to me within 24 hours. If you freeze it, it's gonna. So, if you can bring something to me, that'd be great. Live, even better, but dead, fine too. I'll send you the research that they had. You may want somebody who can look into this and see if they can make it, work.
Right. I have the top minds on this. Scientific discovery. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. I'll send it over, and just be careful. They're a lot more intelligent than you'd give them credit for.
Clever, then.
I mean, they hunt in packs.
So they're pack animals.
They are now, as far as what we know.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. All right.
We're in business. I got it. And remember, Godfrey Shrimp.
All right. All right. Talk to you later, Impulse.
Bye.
She hangs up.
We're in business.
Woo!
All right. So you have research on, or you have the data on creating this sonar disruptor. You can use it to definitely get their attention. You can tweak it to do something else if you want. The way that the study went last time, if you just create the device that they created following the steps that they've laid out in their research, it's just it'll attract a lot of them very quickly. So somebody talked about blueprints.
Do I have to spend a gear to build and or install this device on the Tortuga?
I would let you do yeah, I would let you spend a gear to have the equipment you need to create this.
Okay. Sweet. I will spend the gear and start
All right.
working.
Okay. And you're gonna install it on the Tortuga?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Ice cream truck?
Yep. Exactly.
Cool. It's actually the song that they used.
But like the horrible circus version with
Yeah,
the minor key crap going on.
Yeah.
I did.
Ugh. Okay, yeah, spend a gear to do that. Crisis Clarity Choke. What are you guys doing? The 3 C's.
you were gonna whip us into shape? Or do we not have to do that anymore?
No, I mean, I still think we should get some target practice in.
Yeah, y'all sitting ducks right now.
Fine.
So, Choke, maybe we should set up a shooting range or something.
We've got some dummies.
I'm imagining like SWAT training where you like build the corridor and you've got like the cutouts, like one pops out and it's a shrimp and another pops out and it's like a researcher.
It's exactly like Spooky's House of Jump Scares, except you have a gun.
I was gonna say it's like Chappie behind a crate with like shrimp cutouts, and he's winging.
I'm
them out.
Swing 'em.
Chappie. I'm sorry. If
Oh.
Chappie jump scares me, Chappie's getting shot.
Excellent practice. The things you're going to be shooting at are going to be scary.
You're scarier in this face, I'll tell you that.
Doll, you don't have a scary face.
All right.
I've seen worse. So,
I like it.
well, there you go.
All right.
So you
well, let's get
dedicate-
shooting.
You guys dedicate an afternoon to doing some drills. I want to roll something, but I don't know what. There's... Oh, wait. Nah, that's not gonna work here. I don't know. You guys advocate to me what you want to get out of the situation.
Just like a tactical, like we know where we're going, like we know everyone has like a role to play, I guess.
I want, for when we inevitably get into this situation and have to start shooting things, for everyone else not to panic. Is what I want. Because that happens sometimes.
So why don't we do a just want to sort of do like a leadership thing for Choke and give bonuses based on how that goes.
Whoa.
What do
Can
we
I roll
do
plus
here?
edge? That's for
Edge
playing
would
hardball.
work.
Yeah. Well, we're fucking terrified of you. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Good.
We also have a move called Conduct an Operation, which technically doesn't really work out here. But I will...
That's also edge.
Yeah. Yeah, roll edge.
It's 9.
Okay.
Do I have anything for this? Probably not. No.
Okay.
9.
Here's what I'm gonna give you then. With a 9, the people that you expect to excel in this excel. The people that you expect not to don't. I think Klaxon and Crisis do very well. I don't want to make choices for people's characters, but I'm imagining Clarity doesn't take it too seriously.
Impulse is shooting the big guns with her eyes closed.
And Impulse shoots Chappie more than anything else.
Ting ow, ting ow.
Okay. So what we're gonna
Clarity.
do is when we get there, we're just gonna visualize that old shrimp look like Chappie,
Oh God.
and then you won't
Okay.
miss.
Okay.
Clarity like has the gun and is like, "Hey, Crisis, can you like show me how to like point this thing? I don't really get it."
He just takes it as like 100% in earnest, and he's like, Absolutely. Now you take your gun and your pistol here, and you just point.
Klaxon starts playing the ghost theme over the
Slow
speakers of
your
the
breath.
Tortuga.
You point it where you want to hit. Keep your eyes open,
Okay.
and when you're ready,
Mm-hmm.
pull. Well, all right. Maybe warn a man.
Please, dear
She
God,
hit him like
everyone,
here with the kickback.
your eyes open.
Sorry, I haven't used this very often. I gave myself a black eye once when shooting. So
Maybe keep your arms straight, not locked, but straight. I have no idea.
that's about it.
You're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. Except pull is squeeze. That was the only thing. Otherwise you were right on.
That's when you lean and you go, you want to squeeze the trigger, not pull.
Cool.
Oh, watching partners
Matthew McConaughey.
romance each other in games is so much fun. I love it. I love it.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's what I think happens. Choke, I'm going to give you an intel for that.
Great.
Because you've seen everyone in action, you have a little bit better understanding of the situation, but you you also know who you can depend on and probably who you won't be able to now. Here's what I'm going to offer you though for that. You can spend some additional time training, and I will let you we can give clarity and impulse. You can give them some extra special like tutoring and attention to give them like +1 on their next act under pressure roll, but I'll advance the legwork clock by 1.
I think that's fair.
We're about done here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We just need to get blueprints. That's it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So you guys have a +1 to your next act under pressure, or we'll say either act under pressure or mix it up roll. When your training becomes appropriate, let's just call it that way. All right, and then the only other thing you guys talked about so far was getting the schematics. Who's got an idea of how they're doing that, or is Clarity just hacking the system? All right, hack the planet.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right,
please.
hack the planet.
Unless the key to getting them is one of my many guns.
Shall I roll to log in?
Yeah, I think you're just trying to get these from some San Angeles city planning department servers. So, yeah, go and roll to log in.
Okay. That is an 8.
Okay, so mixed success. Choose 1. Trace. Ice is activated. You would trigger an alert and advance the mission clock, or your access is restricted, and you take -1 ongoing to matrix moves while in this system.
Well, in this system, I'll just take that -1.
Okay. And then we'll do one more roll to actually get the information. You've got your thing though, right?
Yeah, where I can roll mind.
Yeah, go and roll mind.
Okay, and I'll do that, and then -1. Oh no!
Yikes.
That did not go well.
That did not go well. So,
Experience. Ooh.
Oh yeah, experience. I get that.
do you get an experience? Yeah. So you get into the system. Nothing bad happens. You just have a hard time finding the schematics that you are looking for, you do find something. It's actually like an electrical layout of the facility. It's limited in what it actually shows you, but it does give you some important information that'll help you guys in navigating it. But that's all you get.
Okay. So that was like super difficult, but I can see that most of the wires lead to one place in the middle, I guess.
If you follow the electrical system, that usually works, right? I've heard that works.
Basically, what you guys learn looking at this, and this will kind of we're kind of wrapping up the legwork because this is going to be the big piece of information that's going to let you guys know what you need to do when you get in there. There is a generator. So the whole exterior, the perimeter of the complex has a electrified fence that is meant to not only provide it only like shocks things and like keeps things contained, but also provides some sort of like field, like electromagnetic field that surrounds it that the shrimp do not cross. So when they escape their habitats, there looks like there are interior habitats within the complex in the hangars that they're meant to stay inside. They've gotten out. Your job is just to get the perimeter fence on, though. There is a generator station in the center of the facility in the main hangar complex. You can see that based on the electrical wiring. There's a breaker station as well. That all of the that all the systems route through, that is in a separate building outside of the main hangar. So you would need to activate both, either separately or simultaneously, in order to get everything back online.
Okay. So there's two things we need to do. And we already have Team Pied Piper and Team Light 'em Up.
Do we need 3 teams?
I don't know if we need 3 teams, I guess. If Team Pied Piper could like ditch whatever they're using to draw the shrimp out and loop around to the breakers, maybe that would work.
So team Light 'em Up goes and gets something, and then the other one loops around and does the second thing? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, like the team Light 'em Up gets the main generator, since that's in the center.
And then you're saying that Team Pied Piper breaks out of y'all going to be in the vehicle, right? Y'all need some secondary vehicles to get out of there. These things, from what I understand, are going to chase.
I've got a bike.
That's good.
So
Wait, Klaxon can drive multiple things at once. So they don't even have to be inside the vehicle that's being driven to draw out the shrimp.
Can he? That's not a popular skill.
By the way, this whole time, Klaxon is like this.
no, but after the two of us, I'm gonna take a wild leap and say Klaxon might be the best shot. So
Jackson.
Yep, that's what I said.
Jackson.
Might be the best shot, so might want to keep the brain on one vehicle. I'll take the bike. Split off once they're sufficiently following. Go flip switch.
Reminder too, you guys still have the Tesla.
So pretty.
But the bike. But Choke being on a bike is cool.
Also much more suited for this kind of job.
The Tesla has no weaponry or well, I mean, it has a little bit of armor, but
It has a machine gun and a missile launcher.
Your bike?
My bike.
Okay, I was like,
It-
not the Tesla. I
Also,
didn't put that on there.
probably faster than the Tesla. I'm
Probably.
Take the
saying,
bike.
you take the Tortuga, I'll take the bike. Stay with you until the last minute. Split off. Hit the switch.
One teeny tiny last thing. In order to get that research, I kind of had to promise Dr. Godfrey that I would bring her a specimen.
Well, that shouldn't be hard if we're shooting at them.
Mm-hmm.
She said preferably a live one.
Y'all that adolescent one in the fridge, right?
She said it needs to be fresh.
Swap them.
What do you mean?
Swap them. If you're trying to make sure that you still have as many shrimp as possible, swap the little adolescent shrimp, the dead one, for a live one. Just pick one up. They're not that big.
Well, they
Throw
want,
it in the truck.
they want as many as possible alive.
Yeah, but then it's accounted for.
That's true. At the very least, I mean, I don't know if they have
That's
a record of how
Very
many
good
shrimp
point, though.
are on this place, but
it's a good faith gesture. Yeah, I like it.
It's like take a penny, leave a penny.
Yeah. Take
This
a
feels-
shrimp, leave a shrimp.
This feels to me again like the time that we needed the tech and we took a whole body and then realized we could have just taken the tech.
Just take the shrimp.
Well, go with me here. I was also kind of thinking, maybe, since this is supposed to be such a lucrative business opportunity, maybe we, I don't know, like maybe we like grab a mating pair or something and like, you know, we can set up our own operation.
are you suggesting
I love
that
it.
we breed psychedelic man-eating shrimp?
Just two, just a mating pair, you know, and then just kind of keep like a very small, manageable population.
Where?
That- I
Gas
mean-
station.
I have a
Just a
little
small
bit of
pen.
land. Wait, I have a little bit of land in the Free Utilitarian Commonwealth of kinfolk of Inner United Texans. Don't need to spell it out.
No, I've flown
Little
by
there.
there. It's huge, yeah.
Pay me a small retainer fee. I will keep those shrimp alive. I will breed them for you, sell them for you.
So does this mean we need 3 shrimp?
3 live shrimp, a mating
You can
pair,
get little babies. If you're
and
getting
what?
a mating pair, get them small so that they bond. If you get 2 live ones that are adults, you don't know.
He even knows about shrimp husbandry. I love. I wasn't sure about him to start. I like this guy. I like him.
I'm not sure if I do anymore.
I'm so into this. This is the B plot of every Jurassic Park movie that always goes spectacularly wrong that I'm so ready to see.
I literally, as soon as you said that, I'm like seeing a giant shrimp and Crisis on the back of it, like trying to
I'll spare no expense.
Yes.
a bucking shrimp bronco.
Okay, and who is going to be in charge of this part? Because I'm already doing like 5 different things.
I have a stun gun. For the little ones.
Do you know how close you have to get to use that thing?
Pretty close.
Extremely close. You have to touch them.
Well, maybe I can talk to Scoots about getting like a more long range stun thing.
Do y'all have trank darts?
Maybe Scoots does. Let's go
I
talk
can
to
get-
Scoots.
Snapper rifle.
I can get some more gel rhymes.
I feel like gels may explode them. Like they're tiny. We just want little ones.
We can get them for a smaller gun.
Oh. mean, that would work too. Okay, so I'm either looking for gels for a smaller caliber gun. Is that what I say? Caliber gun.
Say for a pistol, he'll know.
Okay. So gels for a pistol or a tranquilizer.
Isn't there tranquilizer flechettes?
Flechette pistol. Pit.
I do too.
Gun.
You know, Scooter gave me a list of available things.
You did. Yeah, so in the book there are AP rounds, airburst, explosive rounds, flechette rounds, and gel rounds.
The gel rounds are what we used on
Yeah. A weapon loaded with gel rounds inflicts S harm instead of its listed value.
So if we used gel rounds in a flechette gun, be a smaller caliber, we could use it on little shrimp and maybe just like knock them out.
Yeah.
And then once they fall on the ground, we can go bzz, 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 and knock them out.
I think the flechette weapons do S damage anyway, or have the option for S damage, don't they?
No, they
Mine's
do, which I'm
3.
just learning. A weapon loaded with flechette rounds adds 1 harm, but the target's armor value is doubled. Which I did not know up until this point. Need to remember that.
Not that anyone with a flechette gun in this game has ever shot anything.
Yes.
I shot a shrimp. I
to-
shot that shrimp with the flechette.
I'd be willing to.
I
I'd be
have
willing
2
to
spare
flavor.
pistols.
I'd be willing to flavor gel rounds as trank rounds. If you guys wanted to get some trank rounds from Scooter.
I will finance this business opportunity. 100%. Crisis, if you are willing to go forward with this opportunity, then I say let's do it.
Small retainer fee. Don't do nothing for free.
Oh, of course. No, you will be paid handsomely for the work that you are doing.
Perfect. Well, I do some things for free.
Talk to Claire about that one. Anyway, okay. So, let me go get those from Scoots, and, ooh, maybe he has, like, a small cage situation, like something we can put them in, too. Okay, I'm gonna go shopping. I'll be back. She, like, clicks away to go down to see
We've
Scoots.
got crates. Okay.
Oh, can I roll for my, like, mid thing?
Yeah.
See if
Yeah,
I get some more money?
Yeah, you can do that.
That's what I'm thinking too. So like maybe Crisis can be another member of my crew for drugs. Yes.
For shrimp drugs.
For shrimp drugs. Woo! Okay, so that's 11. This is a hit.
All right.
Plus 2 is 13.
Okay. And you get, how much cred do you get for that then?
So they would both, I don't think there's anything for going crazy. Let's see. Where'd you go? I know for 10 plus, they're both successful.
Okay.
So 10 plus, you profit from each job. So I get 2 cred.
All right, cool.
Fine.
The next words out of Scooter's mouth are, well, do you think I'm running a zoo or something? The trank rounds and the cages
No.
and the...
No, I just know that,
Because
if-
I'm not, but...
I understand.
So don't tell anyone where you got this stuff from, because I'm really not supposed to have it.
Of course. No, I only tell them about, like, the stuff that you want to sell. Because you're the
All right.
best.
Yeah, he'll sell you the cages will be 1 cred,
Okay.
and the ammo will be 1 cred. So
Okay.
2 cred total.
Done. So we now have gel flechette rounds. Okay. Cool.
All right. So, schematics, flechette rounds, cages for your new business opportunity. You know where you're going. The when doesn't really matter so much. You guys will once you guys have everything together, you can go. You've done your training. Is there anything else prep work before we launch into the action stage of this? All right. Sounds like you guys are prepared. You guys got some intel and some gear and stuff too to spend if you need it. If things pop up. So the last thing we'll cut to before we get to break is you have loaded up in the Tortuga and on Choke's bike. You've gone roaring out of San Angeles across the desert once again. We'll say you guys are doing this near sunset to avoid police and other like scrutinizing eyes. And you can see in the distance this massive hangar facility, the crooked sign that's kind of half falling off of the big steel front facade of it of Gova bumps, and can hear the this popping echo, the crackling noise that these shrimp make, kind of scattering and echoing out across the desert in the distance as you approach. And that's where we're going to take our break. And we will come back in a few minutes, everyone, to fight some shrimp.
And start an entrepreneurial business.
Yep.
I'm gonna fight some shrimp.
Everyone's going to get to do something they want to do.
Don't know what the rest of you are
I'm gonna do my part. Starship Troopers. Sorry.
All right. Everyone stick around with us, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. So stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. We're here to kill some shrimp. So let's get back to it. You guys have successfully, I guess, prepared yourselves for whatever the plan here is. You have the loose outline of a plan as you approach in the Tortuga with a sound creating device on top of it, and Choke on her bike. You are on the outskirts of the Bubba Gump shrimp facility, and are steadily and quickly approaching the front gates.
Choke, would it make more sense for you to maybe be in the Tortuga and then maybe like once we chase them off somewhere, you can head in the opposite direction?
I could. It's gonna mean it takes more time. I'm gonna have to get the bike out.
Never mind. You're a pro. You got this.
How are we getting us to the facility? Are we riding in the Tortuga there and then enacting Operation Pied Piper?
Yep.
Okay. Just double checking.
Okay.
What is the team split? Wait.
Yeah, that's I was about to get to
We
that.
never.
I know where I'm at. I know where I go.
I
I don't know
am.
where I go.
I kind of have
Yeah.
to be Pied Piper. So, I mean, technically I don't because I can drive remotely, but I assume.
So when we do
You
this,
don't want it to just be you and Crisis on a team?
Whoever goes into the facility needs to activate the generators, though. So you need somebody with the know-how.
we
to
need a
do that.
clarity there. So how about this? We do Clarity and Crisis are on team Light It Up, and then me and Jackson, we do Pied Piper. And then, well, I mean, Choke, you kind of come Pied Piper, but you do your own thing.
I'm just my own team.
Yeah. I mean, you're a one-woman team, so. You
Team
know.
Choke.
Does that make sense, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
really
makes
just
sense
wanted
to
to make
me.
sure I knew where the nerds were going.
we will have the nerds, as you put it, with someone a little more accustomed to firing weaponry. There you go.
Okay. Engines roaring. Everyone but Choke and the Tortuga. You come gunning up across the desert in the setting sun towards Bubba Gump's. You can see on the outskirts there are some small clusters of shrimp kind of floating about that kind of scatter as the loud noise approaches. Most of them kind of ducking back into the main facilities and into the shadows and behind some rocks and crevices on the desert floor. You come tearing up to the entrance of the building, and everything kind of comes to a halt. Motorcycle and tank, and Clarity and Crisis, the two of you jump out of the Tortuga and proceed into the main hangar. Correct?
We're 100%. We want to send Clarity in there.
It'll be fine. I got a knife, I got a taser, I got a gun.
She has a crisis. It's cool. But yeah, the idea is that we're going to maybe we just do a couple loops around that area so we alert as many of the shrimp in that area as possible, and then we, get the hell out of Dodge and lead them away from them.
Right. If something happens to her, you never work again.
I know. You don't think I know?
Not you.
You're just talking to me.
Oh, no, I thought you meant our careers are over, which you're right, because she's the best, so.
I'll protect her. Don't worry.
You're a better hunter than me, but I'm a better killer than you.
You've threatened me before. You'll do it again. We'll be fine. I can tell you care about her. He does one of these.
Okay.
All right. Crisis and Clarity heading into the building. The Klaxon driving off with the Tortuga with Impulse inside. Choke, you're going to break off to do something else.
I'm gonna stay with the Tortuga until the shrimp are sufficiently distracted.
Okay.
And then go help with the other thing.
Okay.
There's a button I'm supposed to press or something.
There's the breaker
I'm
house.
gonna flip the switch.
Yeah, somebody needs to flip the switch in there. Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna stay with them until they're sufficiently away.
All right.
And then loop around.
When it comes time to throw the switch, it clicks on and it does a doom doom power chord, kind of goes into a Jimi Hendrix sort of noise, and then does the shrimpy noise.
Okay. And as this loud sound, you guys can, from inside the hangar, you can hear the echoes of this noise outside as the music roars to life. Inside, Clarity and Crisis, the two of you, the main hangar doors lead into a short kind of administrative section of the building, which is just ruined. There's dust and dirt and everything kind of piled up inside as the doors have been smashed open a long time ago. You see the remnants of computers and desks and filing cabinets and things like that kind of scattered around. The hallway leads into a much more spacious area. There's kind of this echoing or whistling noise as the air moves through here into a much larger hangar. And as you guys kind of creep around the hallway, I assume Crisis taking point with your many guns, you stop as you look into this main facility where there are dozens and dozens of these massive vats built into the ground. Some of them partially full of water, or kind of a water-like substance. Is too murky to really tell. Some of them are completely drained out. And as you look around, you just see hovering through in here, kind of smaller ones towards the bottom, and they get larger as they go up, these massive just throngs of these shrimp. This whole cluster, I mean, just hundreds upon hundreds of them, all gathered inside of here, just kind of swirling around. And towards the top, and like you said, some of the smaller ones kind of on the perimeters look like they're about the size of like small like dogs and cats. The kind of bigger ones around them, you can see occasionally kind of moving towards one of the smaller ones and just like opening up their claws and just like grabbing one and consuming it. As shrimp are cannibalistic, I also learned in my Wikipedia research. And you can see some of them just like consuming others every so often. And at the center of this facility, at the very kind of the precipice of it, surrounded, almost orbited by all the others, you see one shrimp that is probably close to the size of the warehouse. Maybe about 20 feet from, maybe 30 feet from end to end. Just this massive shrimp just hovering through the air here, dominating all the others.
Why did we do this again?
Okay.
Whose idea was it to create giant shrimp floating in the desert? I believe that was GB.
Yeah.
As the music outside
You
starts.
want to breed these?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hold on. There's more.
As the music outside starts, suddenly the whole room just shifts for a second. Everything in unison kind of moves. And you watch as these smaller ones around the perimeter first, and then the slightly bigger ones all begin to kind of swirl and move and grow agitated like a hive of bees, all kind of bouncing around each other, growing agitated, and then bursting out through some of the holes and the gaps in the aluminum ceiling as they begin to pour out. And Klaxon and Impulse and Choke, you can see from the cracks in the facility just swarms and swarms of these shrimp pouring out in your direction, emptying out a fair portion of the hangar, though you see the bigger ones, including the mega shrimp in the center, does not move. It stays right where it's at.
Klax donuts.
Start doing circles.
Klaxon, I'm going to need you to act under pressure.
Woohoo!
Choke, I'm also going to need you to act under pressure
Hell yeah.
because you're in a different vehicle.
I'm gunning it. I'm already doing donuts.
Are you breaking off at this point from the truck, seeing the shrimp coming after the...
I'm gonna wait till they get a little closer.
Okay.
Just a little.
So, because I drive vehicles like they're a second skin, I add the power of the Tortuga to this roll.
Okay.
Boom.
Is it powerful?
It is powerful.
Bet. Bet.
Is it powerful? It's a tortuga.
Tortuga! That's right.
I've got a
Yeah.
13.
Damn, guys.
This is the thing that Choke and Klaxon were like made for.
Yeah. So act under pressure. You do it, no problem. You dust these shrimp. It's a nice Cajun seasoning. You just I mean, as this massive, like I said, I'm just with the visual of the third Matrix movie, this massive pillar of this swarm of shrimp all kind of tendriling out from the building. It slams into the ground just as the Tortuga breaks off to one side and Choke's bike breaks off to the other, kind of splitting, following the majority following after the Tortuga, and the sound that it's making, some going after Choke as you are also kind of roaring off and causing a lot of sound. Clarity and Crisis inside, there's a lot less in here now, but you know, based on the schematics of the facility, the hatch that leads down to the generator is at the middle of this room.
Is there still a giant shrimp in the middle of the room?
Mm-hmm. There's one megala shrimp, and there are probably 50 or so cow-sized shrimp still floating around. It's a massive hangar, like jumbo jet, like bomber hangar. It's a huge, mile-long building.
So I can turn invisible, but I don't really feel like going by myself and leaving you here.
That's might have kind of you.
So what do you think we should do?
Well, I'd like to use my skill Eye for Detail.
Okay.
It says I'm a master at tailing people and stalking out locations. When I perform surveillance, I can't read. When you perform surveillance on a person or a place, gain intel and roll assess.
Okay. So you're taking a little bit of time here to surveil the situation. Yeah. So you just automatically get intel and then roll to assess, which will roll edge.
Edge. Yep. Did it go?
Well, you go to the other screen.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. That's fine. I know everything.
Click submit. Got a 10.
10.
Awesome. So you get 3 holds. So you get to ask. You get to spend that to ask questions from the assess list. You don't have to ask all 3 now. You can save it and ask as you go.
Okay.
Got some good questions there.
I do.
And then the intel, I don't know if we've explained this, but you can spend intel to declare or what's the exact move? Reveal knowledge. So basically you can spend that and just say I know this about this place and this will help in the situation. Yeah.
Got it. Cool. So what is the first question is going to be, what is my best way? It's says best way in, out, past, but can I say what's my best way under the shrimp?
Yeah, best. I think that would work. So the way that these vats are built, they're built into the ground to these massive storage containers where they were breeding the shrimp when they needed water. There are these catwalks that go above them. You imagine the catwalks are going to be very exposed. So just walking down it, you'd be out in the open. If you want to stay out of sight, you go underneath the catwalks, kind of following some of the piping underneath that leads to some of these vats. It's not very stable footing, but you would at least have some cover from above.
Okay. What potential complication do I need to be wary of? Which potential complication do I need to be wary of?
There are so many. I'm deciding whether this is the best time to bring this in. So, yeah. I'm going to give you 2 for the price of 1 here. 1, any noise. like these pipes are really rusted and corroded and old. If you're walking across them, there's a high potential that you're going to make some noise. You got to be extra careful, because if the more noise you make, the more of these things you're going to attract when you're trying to move through here. The other thing you notice, now that the area has cleared out a little bit more, most of the small shrimp are gone, and it's mostly kind of the bigger ones remaining. But you see something small moving through the air, like one of the smaller shrimp, and you're kind of like catches your eye for a second because it's not moving like the others. And what you realize is that it's not a shrimp. There's a small drone that is currently being piloted through the facility, kind of around the perimeter. You see a camera along the bottom of it that is looks like it's looking in the direction of the two of you.
Okay. I'm gonna hold my last one. I'm gonna hold my hold. Okay. So Crisis will kind of go to Clarity and go, I don't know, how well do your eyes work?
They work.
Do you see that right there? And he's pointing at the drone.
Yeah, I can like make it out.
All right. That object there, that's no shrimp. That's
Yeah.
a shrimp. Oh, you.
It's no shrimp. Yeah.
It's not a shrimp.
Yeah. Maybe I should try and like backtrace that or something, because that's kind of weird that that's there.
Can you do that quietly?
I'm trying to figure out if I can do that at all.
It's looking at us. Ain't it?
Yeah.
You can do that if you want to try to do that.
You can do
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna try and hack the drone.
Okay. Getting to some Rainbow Six Siege here. Go and roll to
Use them.
go ahead and roll to log in.
Okay. That's an 11.
All right, you're clean. You isolate their signal, and you're able to access the drone. You don't have control
Cool.
over it right now, but you have control. You can see the commands that are being inputted. Input.
Cool.
You want to roll your mind?
Yes, I do. Let me just do this and do that. That is also an 11.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
So I get the gain 3 hold.
All right, to manipulate the system. So you want to spend one of those hold to try to isolate like where it's being controlled from?
Yes.
Okay. You get into the drone system. You can tell this is not a long range drone. It's actually a fairly short range. You can gather that you can't, I think, pinpoint the exact location. Whoever is piloting this is probably doing it from either within or just outside of the facility.
Inside the warehouse. Okay.
They'd have to be within like a
Next.
quarter mile.
Can I take control of it?
You can to do something specific with it. What would you like to do with it?
Don't make a noise. Don't do that.
Crash it outside.
Yeah, I'm thinking about.
Steal it.
So where we are, is there like an opposite direction from where we are that can like lead shrimp away from us?
Yes. The other side of the hangar, essentially. Yeah.
Okay. I want to start just clanging it against the wall on the other side of the hangar.
Okay. Okay, so you want to fly it into the wall, and then like make the propellers kind of like smash into, just start to make as much noise with it on the other side of the building. Yes, you can definitely do that. Yeah, I don't even think there's not a roll or anything for that. You just it flies over and it just begins to kind of clang against the aluminum siding of the hangar and stuff, and you watch as the shrimp on your side begin to sort of kind of get pulled over there as to investigate the noise.
Okay, we should probably get moving.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, and I guess we're gonna take the pipeway.
Yeah, we'll go underneath
We'll go underneath.
the things.
Okay, you're both going underneath. All right. I would like you both to act under pressure.
Can I use my forward?
You can.
Okay. Real cool.
Oh no.
I know. There you go first.
Oh boy. That's a 6.
Oh no.
Okay.
Can you try to help me?
I got a 5. Oh no.
This was not the crew to send in here, guys. Okay. I'm just gonna
I did my best.
Advance this real quick.
Do you also have -1 cool?
No, I have 0.
I have -1
All right.
cool.
Some of them peel off, but as the two of you are kind of climbing underneath here, there's a moment where Crisis, I'm assuming Crisis wears boots. He seems like a
Yeah.
boots kind of guy. One of your boots just crushes through the corroded pipe that you are currently bracing yourself against, and it snaps, and the whole, like, a piece of it falls off and just ding 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 down to the ground, and you see a number of the shrimp, not all of them, but maybe 4 or 5, kind of turn around and begin to like swim through the air in your direction as they're descending down on the two of you.
Does the drone have weaponry?
The drone does not.
Hold on.
Holding
Is this
on.
a part of Jurassic Park where they just run?
No.
Part of Jurassic Park where they just start running.
Oh yeah. Ooh, it's all nice right now. Later they'll be running and screaming.
If you have no other recourse, I can help.
Hold on,
I'm trying to look at my skills. I'm sorry. I'm baby.
You're good.
You're fine. But this is when the John Williams music like really like kicks it up a notch right now.
But if you need help, tell me.
Okay, hold on. I'm just waiting to see if Crisis says something.
Joe
don't
can
think
be
I
like
can
the
do that.
T-Rex. Like Joe can just show up for no apparent
Show
reason.
up.
I can literally just show up. It's my thing.
That's literally, she does have the thing that can let her do that.
I'm gonna, at the very least,
Please, okay.
spend my last hold
Oh, that's a good idea.
to rev up the drone to as fast as it can go, line it up, and try and just chew it through the shrimp.
You want to try to crash it into one of the shrimp that's coming after
Because
you.
they're flammable, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to explode
Wait.
it.
Can I? Oh no. I don't. Try that. You just try that. Just do it.
I was gonna
Okay.
say I'm having the boys flashbacks, you know, the whale scene.
Can we do it's mix it up but I don't think meat makes sense here. I want to do like mix it up with synth for your ability to pilot the drone.
Okay. It's an 8.
Okay. So on an 8, you have to choose. So you're gonna achieve your objective here. But before I describe how this turns out, you either have to pick two. You have to pick 2 from the list, which is you make too much noise, advance the mission clock, you take harm, an ally takes harm, or something of value breaks. You have to pick 2 from that list.
2.
Can the drone break?
The drone's breaking either way. That's sort of the point here.
As we learn how Sean rules these things, you don't know what the thing of value is.
No. It has to be of the drone has had its value at this point.
I'm so nervous. I'm not usually in the situation.
I'm a guest. I can take harm.
No.
It's that one-shot mentality. I can try
Yeah.
I'm gonna make too much noise.
Don't you?
Okay.
Don't you do that?
Nope,
Well,
it's been chosen.
It means noise. Does it mean? It doesn't mean actual noise. It means like the noise that makes the mission clock go up.
It means it doesn't have to mean literal noise. It can mean literal noise.
Oh no.
Every time it's happened to me, it's been literal noise.
Most of the time it's been literal noise.
Okay, then I don't know if I trust you on that one.
You shouldn't.
So I guess something of value breaks. And it's my decision, so I should take harm. So I'll take harm.
Okay. So you take harm as established by the fiction, and something of value breaks. Okay. So here's what happens. The drone, you pivot around, kind of rev the engine a little bit, and it goes launching straight towards the central shrimp, just this giant air manatee that is now descending down on top of you. And there is a crunching noise as it hits the side, and then you hear the sound of the motors hitting, and the whole shrimp kind of convulses for a second, and we'll just go with it. The engine sparks, and the shrimp explodes.
So that it would explode. But
the shrimp in the middle explodes, sending the carapace-like, the shrapnel-like carapace firing off in directions. The other shrimp kind of swim away as soon as this happens. This one breaks, but the explosion causes the catwalk that you guys are walking underneath and the piping that is supporting it to sort of rock for a second, and then it teeters, and there's the sound of bolts breaking off, and suddenly you find yourself plummeting as the walkway that you're walking on gives out and the pipes break underneath you. Crisis, you are able to grab onto the pipes and prevent yourself from plummeting immediately, but Clarity goes falling down about 35 feet or so, and then smashing into the pavement. I'm gonna say, Clarity, you take 3 harm.
Does my armor do anything?
I'm gonna die.
Why are you pointing, Savannah?
I am just sitting here screaming on my computer. I am gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Christ,
Your
you gonna
armor?
die.
Yes, your armor will reduce.
You ready
it.
to die, boy?
How much armor do you have?
I have
No.
1 armor from my thing.
Yeah.
My armored coat.
Yeah. We'll say that reduces padding reduces the impact a bit, so you take 2 harm.
Okay.
Can you roll +2 for me though? Roll your harm that you took.
Yeah. Roll +2. What do I roll?
You're rolling your
Where
harm
did I roll?
suffered. Rolling the harm suffered.
There's a
roll
button
harm.
for this.
Yeah,
There
there
we
is a
go.
button.
It's right under the harm club.
Plus
I'm the only one who
2.
ever has to roll this.
We'll get to you.
9.
Okay. So let's choose one. You lose your footing. That kind of already happened. This grip of whatever you're holding. You lose track of someone or something you're attending to. Someone gets the dropping. Yeah, you and Crisis are split up at this point. From this harm move. She is far down in the darkness. You can't see her anymore. All you heard her is fall, crack, and Clarity's gone.
Well,
So the
fuck.
two.
Like looking down.
Clarity, you are in the darkness, on some sort of concrete surface. You have your special eyes, so you can see.
Brand.
I think you can
Yep.
see in the dark.
I can see in the dark.
Yeah. So you kind of blinking and you look around and you can see there's like a hallway that leads down away, like between these. There's some sort of passageway down here, but yeah, you have fallen a far way. We're gonna take a short break from these two.
Oh my god.
I'm doing so many concurrent scenes right now. Klaxon and Impulse, the two of you go tearing off. You have this cloud of shrimp behind you, and they are just like gaining on you right now. There's this massive swarm.
I like the idea of inside the Tortuga, it's like Titan Slayer playing, or like even Timmy Trumpet's Tortuga on the inside, and we're like going along, seeing from our point of view, and then it goes to the outside, and it's that you know, the Calliope off-tuned creep music with the things actually chasing. So.
You do hear the sound of the shrimp every so on a pretty frequent basis. You just hear these popping like gunshots essentially going off from the shrimp as they are creating these like little like these sonic bursts as they get close enough to you, like, and the whole Tortuga kind of shakes. It's not affecting you guys from the inside, but you gather if you were outside, it'd be very loud. Joke, you're outside, it's very loud. Anyway, so Klaxon, do you have a plan for right now, or are you just driving in circles?
I would, until we get word from the inner group. There's our job is to keep them busy, I guess. I mean, literally, I would like be gunning them out of the sky, but we're supposed to keep them alive. So I'm just trying to swerve and not run over the cow-sized ones that might get in front of us, kind of thing.
Okay.
We're playing a giant game of Snake. You know, like the bigger the pattern gets, like the tighter you have to do, like the loop-de-loops, so they don't run into each other. Like, yeah.
Then here's what happens with you guys. Choke, you're still nearby on your motorcycle. Suddenly, there's a slamming noise as one large shrimp just plows down on top of the Tortuga and just locked on top of it. You see its little... Hold on, I had a shrimp anatomy thing. Periopods that are gripping on the sides.
What are those? What's that? What are those?
They're the legs. It's
Don't tell me a weird
claws.
word I don't know, and they'll be like, "This is what's gripping onto the Tortuga." I don't know what that is.
It's abdominal segments, kind of curled around the back. That's the tail, and then the claws like clicking and trying to wrench apart the front of the truck. What do you do, any of you?
Okay. So this is a big one, right?
This is a big one. This is not the biggest one.
But it's
You
a
guys
big
not
one.
have
This
seen
is like
the
a
big-
cow-sized
This is like a
one?
cow-sized one, yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. All right, Crisis said we don't want a big one, right? So this is just like, right? Like, get it off the fucking Tortuga, yeah? Okay.
I'm gonna lift because we made this canonical that it has just a little sort of window, and I'm just gonna shoot it, just like point blank out the like from the window, like.
All right, roll meat.
Can I use my forward?
Yes, I'll give you your forward on this. You've
Okay,
trained
so
for
it's
this.
just a straight roll. Oh boy.
You know how I'm gonna feel if you both fail on these?
Try to make you
At
happy
least you
to
didn't
choke.
have to watch the other person fail on theirs.
3. That is a 5.
So
We're 1 for 2 on training montages. Working.
I have a thing for this. I cleverly, I can figure out how this goes. You stick your arm out the window.
Not my whole arm. Just
You
like
stick
my
your
hand.
arm out the window to shoot the shrimp. The shrimp grab your arm. It hurts. I'm gonna say it's only gonna be 2 harm minus armor, but it's still holding your arm. One of its claws just like grabs onto your arm and just holds you there.
I deserve this. This is
Mm-hmm.
For my part, then, if I see suddenly, snap, it's got me, or whatever she says,
You have never heard her curse this much. Like, just like a goddamn sailor. Like, just words you were like, oh my god, like your army, like your Ares Aegis people have not sworn
okay,
this badly.
then
A
I guess
litany.
through that part, since I'm only driving one vehicle currently, I will have Rosie, who generally, unless otherwise said, is stuck on top, like R2 in the hatch, the top hatch. I'll have Rosie engage and whirl and just like shred the shrimp that has her,
Okay.
or try to.
Yeah. You can try that.
And is that synth because I'm using the drone, or
It's usually meat unless you have a move that tells you otherwise.
okay? I'm not even gonna check. I'll just roll meat.
Okay.
I'll look drone thing later. And go. Partial.
Okay. Same list. You have to choose 2 from that list.
Okay. My dyslexic brain is not letting me find the list.
It's in mix it up. So either you make too much noise, you advance the mission clock.
Okay.
You take harm, an ally takes harm, or something of value breaks.
Whew. I'll. Oh, I hate to break Rosie at this point, but and I gotta pick 2. Watch. I'm gonna take harm, and Rosie breaks.
Okay.
I'll say she a couple of rounds comes springing off, and like I get nipped by a ricochet because it tries to get too close, and it hits, but a couple rounds, or it hits something that then sparks, and we have spaceship damage.
What is Rosie's damage?
Autocannon. So it's like 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
So Rosie, yeah, Rosie just turns and kind of like can't get the cannons lined up right way, and just thought you just in a panic you just command her to fire, and the shrimp is just obliterated and it goes blasting off the sides. Impulse, it kind of wrenches your arm a little bit, but it releases, and your arm is free. However, it does tear through, like it shoots the front of the Tortuga, cutting through and hitting you, Klaxon, as well. I'm not going to do the full 4 harm for you. I'm going to say the Tortuga reduces it a little bit, so we'll say 3 harm minus whatever your armor is. But the Tortuga is not in great shape now. I'm actually going to say that
Rosie's okay, but the Tortuga gets hit.
The speaker is broken.
Okay. All right.
And suddenly it's a lot quieter than it was before.
Hey, peeps, Claire, you probably incoming.
Choke. A larger swarm of them begin to descend down on you now. What do you do?
I'm gonna gun it. Sort of out.
Okay.
In the general direction I want to go, but doing kind of a big loop, and then drift around and just open fire with the machine gun on my bike.
All right. Roll to mix it up.
That's a 10.
Nice. So you achieve your objective. What's the damage on that?
3 harm.
3.
3 harm. Loud. Messy.
All right. So yeah, you just tear through a number that, like, kind of lining yourself up, going straight towards this cluster. You mow through them, and like shrimp bits all raining down on top of you as you cut through. You break off another direction, Tortuga, kind of peeling off, no pun intended, a large section of these shrimp away from where everyone else is, heading in a beeline straight towards the breaker building.
I just gun it. The bike is loud as a tag. That's its weakness.
Yeah, and I say that is pulling a large chunk of this swarm at you. So that's outside the building. Back at the ranch, Crisis, you're hanging from beneath this catwalk, and you've got like 2 more moo cow shrimp that are kind of coming in at you as there's been this noise.
Come on into TGF Fridays for our moo cow shrimp special.
That sounds like a Longhorn thing, not a TGI.
Oh my god. Okay.
Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right.
Moo cow shrimp.
Oh my god. Well, I think that I'm going to first I need to deal with the shrimp, so I'm just gonna use would I have ostensibly loaded our gel things into I'm gonna try to shoot the shrimp with the fletchet pistol that I have, and I want to use eye for detail because not eye for detail, big game hunter. It says that when I spring a trap, and I'm saying that the trank guns are a trap. Can I do that?
Sure, this has all been your elaborate plan to drop claim. No, I'll allow it. So what's the effect on that?
I get to roll with edge instead of cool. When I mix it up.
I'll allow it.
Okay, cool.
Haha, this
Alright,
is my
so-
trap. I meant to make this noise.
What you don't know is I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Yeah,
Did this
perfect.
become a heist movie? I thought it was Jurassic Park. Now it's like Ocean's 11.
We're mixing our metaphors a bit.
It's fine. It's fine. Or edge instead of meat, but either way.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do that and roll to mix it up. The shrimp.
Yeah.
Boom. That's a 14.
No, that's
Oh, it's 12. It's 12. I can't.
That's-
Numbers are bad. It's a 12.
Very good though. So you just achieved your objective. So you're using the gel round, so it's gonna be stun harm. You're not gonna kill them, but you are gonna incapacitate them. So
Right.
here's what happens. The you're kind of crouched underneath with the with your flechette gun, and you can see this one shrimp coming in from the distance. You're aiming at it, and then the bigger shrimp, one of the other shrimps comes down beside you, that you didn't see flanking from the sides, but you're prepared for it, and you turn your gun, you shoot at it, and it sort of blasts back a little bit, and you can see it kind of swimming off, and then it kind of loses a bit of its buoyancy, and you see they don't fall because they're still buoyant, and so it's sort of like a child's balloon that they just let go of. It just begins to kind of float up towards the ceiling, lifelessly, and then the other one kind of springs in at you in that moment, and you quickly wheel back around, gripping onto the side of the pipe still, fire again, and that one is also incapacitated, means to float up towards the ceiling.
Okay, cool. Once that is done, I would like to use my intel that I got in my last round to say that since I'm a rancher and this is also a shrimp ranch, I probably know like the general layout of these places pretty well. And so based on like where I am and where Clarity fell, I could figure out how to get to her.
Yeah. No, that'd be easy enough. I think you know that not only would there be the center stairwell further down, there are probably secondary access, like ladders along the sides. So you'll have to deviate a bit, but yeah, you can get down there fairly quickly.
Okay.
So yeah, that works for an intel. So what I'm gonna have you do then, so when you reveal knowledge, you get +1 forward to exploit the opportunity offered by the information. I'm going to make you act under pressure again to try to quietly get over there. You get a +1.
So just I roll with it flat. Cool.
He sounds good. Not a very subtle man.
We're
No.
rolling so much
We're
this
rolling a
session.
lot. Okay.
No.
What? No.
No.
Bad.
That is bad. I couldn't
That is
see what
bad.
it was. I saw Choke's roll and I was like, oh, fine. No.
So, Crisis, you begin. The name, I think, was a
there's a
good
reason.
pick.
More experience.
You do. Don't forget, each time you guys are failing these rolls.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting experience. But I think what happens is you start running over. You're running across this platform towards the towards this ladder, and there's a whole bunch of shrimp coming after you. So we just get this scene of like you're moving as fast as you can, and they're like closing down around you. And that's where we're gonna leave Crisis for the moment. Clarity, you're unconscious or not unconscious. You're underground. And you just kind of regained your bearings. You know a little bit of where you're at based on where you fall into. It's a little bit quieter down here, though you do hear a little bit of scuttling out in the distance, and you can see small groups of these tiny shrimp kind of like staying just a little bit out of sight but creeping in very slowly towards you.
I'm gonna turn on my cloaking.
Okay. Turn on your cloaking.
And yep, and from the schematic, the like electrical schematics, can I kind of like I see a hallway, you said.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long hallway in front of you. Actually, from where you're at right now, based on where you fell, because you were heading towards the stairs that were going to descend down to this level. If you keep going forward, you'll find that stairwell and be able to descend straight down to the generator.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay, I am going to give you one thing because you're the one that researched the shrimp. They don't rely so much on sight as they do
That's
on
right.
on air distortions and vibrations.
I'm trying to think.
I'm making a ton of noise up above you. It could.
It's true.
That actually is a fair point. You're hearing a lot of gunshots and yelling and everything. There's a lot of things are being drawn away from you right now. It's just the smaller ones in your vicinity. They're not very dangerous, but if you got overwhelmed by them, they might pose a problem. But as long as you move quick, you could probably get through them.
Alright, I'm trying to think of something real quick.
While you're thinking, I've got a redemption from the chat
Oh, yeah?
for a first aid for clarity.
Oh, good.
How nice.
So,
So you can heal one harm.
Reheal one
Can
harm.
heal one harm.
Thanks, Welsh Troll.
Thank you. I'll just go ahead and do that real quick. I'm trying to think. Clarity has pretty good ears because she was blind for a little bit. I don't know if I could try and do this. I want to try and figure out, because I have like electrical wiring around me, like there's like on the walls, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out if she would be able to use that to match the hum of the shrimp.
So you want to try to cloak yourself by imitating the sound that the shrimp make.
Yes.
Sure. Seems logical. What would this roll be? Fast talk doesn't exactly seem like the right roll. Are you trying to use your equipment to match that, like your cybernetics to give off this sound, or is it more like vocally you're trying to do that?
I think cybernetics.
Okay, then I'm just gonna have you roll synth.
Okay. That's an 8.
All right. Moving very slowly and cautiously, so as not to jostle too much. You dial in some of the like mechanics of your eye, and I think it messes with your vision a little bit because everything's it's like your head's rattling almost, but you're able to dial into that sound, and you notice as soon as you do, the smaller shrimp around you just kind of begin to peel off and float away. It's not going to last very long, and you gather it gives you a brief window to move through here undetected.
Okay. I don't know if Crisis is gonna make it down here in time. I'm trying to decide if she waits to see if he comes crashing down or not.
I mean, he's gonna go somewhere.
Yep.
The sooner the mission's over, the sooner we can get out of here and scoop him up.
Yeah, true.
We can resolve Crisis's stuff kind of quickly here, because in order to we can resolve this crisis right now with a roll, as you are going to need to use violence to get to that ladder to get down there, Crisis. So I'm gonna have to ask you to. You're gonna have to do some shooting to get through if you're gonna push for that ladder. Oh no!
And light them up.
We're back.
Oh, they're there. Okay, there we go.
We're back.
Sorry about that.
Did you hear what I said though?
We've heard you have to use violence.
You're gonna have to use violence to get to the ladder. So if
Team
you're gonna
light
go
'em
there,
up.
I'm gonna need you to mix it up. It's gonna be a roll plus meat.
Okay.
You don't have to. If you want to back off and do something else, you can. But the way things are going, this is.
So my directive is that I have to put the powerless ahead of the mission. So that means I'm gonna go try to get to Clarity.
Okay.
Even though I arguably am the powerless one here, but
Well, still, you're putting yourself ahead of it. Like, gotta save my own life here. Either way, it works. Go ahead. So roll meat.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
9.
Not horrible.
Not horrible. Not the best, but not horrible. So you're gonna have to pick 2 from the list. Same ones before. Making noise. You take harm. Someone else takes harm, or something of value breaks.
I will take harm and. I guess something of value breaks.
Okay. You go rushing forward towards the stairs. Which gun are you using right now? Your flechette gun?
Yeah.
Okay. So firing with your flechette gun, trying to cut through and mow down these shrimp in front of you. You make it mostly there, but one of them sort of latches onto your back for a second, begins to rake across you with its claws. You wheel around to fire, and as you do, it sort of grabs onto your arm and your gun, and you rip it out of the way, but you hear some of the metal scraping, and it damages your gun.
My gun.
And you make it to the ladder and begin to descend down to where Clarity is. You're gonna take 3 harm, minus armor.
Okay, so 2, because I have an
Okay.
armor thingy.
All right. And Clarity, you see Crisis descending the ladder in the distance.
All right. Keeping my humming, I'm gonna hold on to it for like as long as it takes for him to get down, and then as soon as he's down, invisibly I'm gonna grab his arm and just
You're
start
invisible though.
running. Just start dragging him down towards the hall.
A ghost starts dragging you down the hall.
I'm
That's
not
the
sure how he would
Halloween
react
part of
to
the
that.
episode.
Ooh.
I
Shrimp's
guess.
haunted.
Shrimp's haunted.
She did say that she did tell him that she can
That's
turn
true.
invisible.
I don't know if he'd remember that.
That's a good point.
So I guess he is startled, and it works because he's not gonna expect it. So he's just running now, assuming kind of that the powers that be like forced him to start going.
Okay. I want to resolve this to get to what's happening outside. So the 2 of you run down the hall, make it to the stairwell, and descend down to the generator room. A big, empty, quiet space. You can see the mechanisms of the generator and the console that powers that controls the whole thing. There's like a dull red blinking light by the generator, showing that it is active, though is not currently engaged. But there is some power down here still. Clarity, do you get to work?
Yup. Oh, and she's
Alright.
like, "Hi, it's me.
Oh, that's right. You can turn invisible, right?
Yeah, you're kind of all ripped up. Are you okay?
Oh, I'll be fine. Had worse.
Okay, it's just a little distracting.
Oh, because it's insurance fair.
Yeah.
Oh, would it be better if I took my jacket off? Would that help?
No. Just stay there. I'm gonna work on this thing.
All right. Frankly, I'm gonna patch up a wound or two. So I am gonna take my shirt off, but you can just focus on that. Because I can
Okay.
patch up a wound. I can do that.
Okay.
And it's always much better to do that with your shirt off. Yes.
Yes, of course. Mhm. Well, it's on my back.
There's gratuitous flexing and bending, you know.
Like,
It's like it's in like the
No, hang on.
perfect spot. Like it's just like, oh yeah, but it like
I
makes it even tougher and sexier. It's
I didn't know if I was going to make Clarity roll anything to fix the generator, but she might need to roll act under pressure.
Yeah, fair, very fair.
Why?
You did it to
the
yourself.
ultimate distraction.
Oh,
No.
she just turns her eyes off. She can work without looking.
Okay, what I'm gonna need for Clarity is a no, it's not gonna be a login. It's going to manipulate systems. So I need you to roll synth.
Wait. When I manipulate systems, I can roll mind.
Oh, so mind.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They're both just +2 for me, so
Oh, okay.
it doesn't do anything. 11.
Nice.
11. Perfect. All right, you get in. You begin to hear the roaring of the lights begin to come on, screens begin to flicker, Clarity begins to power things on, the room begins to come to life. You begin to hear some noises coming from up the ladder, the whole like metal staircase kind of ricketing. Crisis, as you patch yourself up. You look up and you can see some of the agitation from the shrimp above you, some of them beginning to try to climb down the stairs, but it's going to take some time to get to you, and hopefully your friends can activate the breaker systems to engage these security measures before then. Speaking of which, Choke,
That's me.
you just torn through this cluster of shrimp that are bearing down on you. Klaxon driving wildly in the distance in the Tortuga, trying to regain control as the front part of it has just been like demolished by Rosie's auto fire cannon. The shrimp out here are just wildly swarming about, and you can see the breaker house in the distance. At the same time, some lights begin to flash outside, and they're just like the generator has powered back online, and now there is some power back to the facility. Oh wait, I have my alarm sound. There we go. Choke, what do you do?
I need someone to scream, Timmy! Timmy! Like really, really loud. Just it would really add to the atmosphere.
There was a kid on the fence and he suddenly just got blasted off. You had no idea why he was up there.
Dr. Grant, help us. I mean, I am zooming toward where I want to be. I don't know. Are there a lot of shrimp following me right now?
There's a pretty hefty
It's like
amount.
a big group of them?
Yeah, it's a party platter of shrimp following
Okay.
you.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to gun it. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna gun it towards where I need to be, and then when I get close, I'm going to sort of hit the brake and drift around, and I'm just gonna fire a missile into a cloud of shrimp.
Okay, roll to mix it up.
Oh, that's a 12.
Okay. You come
So it
wheeling.
is 5 harm, far area messy.
You come wheeling around, skidding around in a circle. The back of your tire just hitting the back of the house. This facility, this building, with the door next to you. The shrimp all swarming in front of you and coming in. The missile launcher on the side of your bike kind of angles up and then doof, it fires. The missile goes streaking out and the exploding in the middle of all the shrimp, and then you see the simultaneous explosions from the shrimp themselves, like popcorn shrimp, exploding in a large cluster in front of you, and you take this moment to dismount your bike, bust your way into the guardhouse, into the breaker house, and you can see the walls of breakers in front of you with one conspicuous master switch in the center.
I'm gonna pull it.
All right, you go running forward, grab the master switch, and yank it down. And as it happens, it goes doof, 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 doof. All the lights begin to come on the facility. The sirens continue for a moment as you see these pylons around the exterior. Klaxon, you're driving next to them. The shrimp bearing down on you suddenly scatter away from the walls, and you see this electrical current begin to flow through the perimeter fence, and then there's this whooshing noise as whatever electromagnetic field comes to effect, and all the shrimp are kind of corralled back into the hangars where they hide from whatever this field is giving off.
Yeehaw! Did we do it? Is that the thing?
Yeah. Now I just need a couple shrimp.
Okay. That's team light 'em up.
There's like some little ones around the building, right? Can I just grab a couple of little ones? Choke is so done with this nonsense.
Okay,
Just like-
so Choke,
Can I just
you
Make
come
sure
you come out
you
of the
gotta grab
guardhouse.
one
like
male.
right here, scruff of their neck like cats, just like
One female. The females, they'll have like a curved underbelly, and the males, they have longer antenna.
Is that true?
I just googled this. Yes.
So here's Choke, you come out of the building. You can see all the big ones have kind of gone off much faster. There are a couple of small ones around you. You go running towards those to catch one. As you go to catch one of the shrimp, you grab one of the smaller ones that kind of scuttles around in your hand. You're trying to wrangle it. You hear a noise. Familiar noise, kind of mirroring one that you just made. This, and you look to your right just in time to see a missile firing down at you. I'm gonna need you to act under pressure.
come on, little buddy. That's a 7.
Okay. I'm going to say
Oh, that's the worst I've ever rolled on this, probably.
act under pressure is 7. Stumble, hesitate, flinch. Worse outcome. Hard bargain. Ugly choice. You lose the shrimp.
That's fine.
That's just going to say. I'm going to say you reduce some of the damage here. Because what would have been 5 harm from the missile, I will reduce to 3.
I have 2 armor.
So you would take 1. as the missile hits the ground next to you, and Choke is just, you roll the best you can, but is blown back against the building, and her body just sort of slams against the aluminum siding of the structure as this missile just detonates in the middle of this of the compound.
Do we see where that came from? Do we hear where that came from?
Well, I'm gonna over comms go. We got company. And they got missiles.
And at that same time, Klaxon, over your radio, you hear another broadcast come in. 10-4, is this the pilot of the big fucking tank driving around inside the perimeter fence?
Correct. Please identify.
Right. I'm going to need you to disengage and leave immediately.
On whose authority? We're here doing a job for Gubba Bumps.
Right. On my authority, or I'm going to send another salvo at your friend there again, and she might not walk away from the next one.
All right. And on screens, do I see said enemy?
Yeah, roll to assess.
Cool. All right. I got to check my driver stuff here real quick. Okay. So can't use the driver stuff. Okay. Assess. And 10.
10. Okay, so you get 3. I'll let you. We'll just go ahead and trade in one of those for, like, where, like, what is my biggest threat here. You pull it up on screens, and you can see just outside the facility on a hill, about a few hundred yards off. You see a figure standing on the hill, the big old missile launcher, currently straddled over their shoulder, comm in one hand, and then behind them, kind of hovering up from the ground, you see a large tank, pretty much identical make and model to Tortuga, with some turrets mounted on the sides, hovering there, and he sort of grabs on the side. You can see him speaking to the comms again. He says, "My name is Salvador, and this compound's mine now. So y'all best be up and leaving."
Yeah, Klaxon doesn't laugh into the mic. He's like, I guess long pause, click off channel to our channel, and what do you say, Choke? Is this shooting war? They got a tank and rockets.
I got a missile launcher. Tell him to suck my dick.
Wait.
I literally clicked with my fingers to switch channels.
You still have to get back to your bike, right? Why don't we see how much time we can buy? You get into position, and then you blow these fuckers to the sky.
It's like 10 feet from me, but fine.
Are you going to make it there in time before he fires another missile at your head?
I'm willing to take that bet, but if you're not, fine.
I like your head where it is. It
So-
looks very nice over your apps. So yeah, let's buy you some time.
I'm gonna spend another hold, and how are they vulnerable to me?
To you specifically, well, right now, Salvador, the one you're speaking with, is outside of the tank, so that's one immediate vulnerability. The other... the other being that I would say, despite the damage to the Tortuga, Klaxon, you know you're a good pilot. You probably put yourself against any of whoever's driving that tank.
Okay. All right. And then we'll hold the other hold to try to get away at some point.
Okay.
Clax, may I?
It comes to you. He switches it up.
Hi, I believe this was Salvador I was speaking to.
Yes, this is Rat. Who am I speaking to now?
My name's Lee. And so where exactly, what sort of authority are you going on here that you're taking this over? Is this a specific job, or are we just talking about a pissing contest here?
I got my employers just like anyone else.
Of course. So do we. So why don't we talk?
I wasn't really hired to talk, to be honest.
That's usually what I am hired for. So believe me when I say you want to talk to us.
I don't think so. Way I see it, y'all got one banged up tank down there.
That you know about, darling. You think we came in here without reinforcements on the outside?
Go and roll a fast talk.
Yes. Yes. Okay, that's 10 plus 2 is 12. Yes. Baby.
I think you hear it moves the communicator from his face, but not enough to really cut off. It doesn't cut it off, so you're getting a little bit of background. It says, "Did y'all say anything about reinforcements?" Yeah, that's what she's saying.
You haven't found them yet. That's adorable.
All right, but as far as I can reckon, they're nowhere near you right now, so you probably sweep in there, take y'all out before anyone else gets here.
Oh. Salvador. Can I call you Sal?
I get the feeling you're going to, whether I tell you to or not.
You're absolutely right. I get what I want. So, Sal, we're going to have a little rendezvous, and we're going to chat this out. Or else my friends that have eyes on you, that's a nice outfit, sweetheart. You're going to want to get those pants patched up, though. Otherwise, they're going to take you out where you fucking stand, okay?
Joke, what are you doing right now?
What I was told to do. Get on the bike and try to skirt wide around where they are. So maybe they won't hear me coming.
Okay.
Can I use one more of my hold to give her a path to get a way out, or whatever it is? It's best way in or out or past.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah,
All
you
right.
described to her the
Yep.
best way. Choke, roll to act under pressure with +1. Clarity and Crisis. Are the two of you coming outside, or
I think, we started to make our way out when I think Clarity also tries to tase one of the little shrimp around them.
Okay.
So am I like shrimp in one hand, clarity in the other kind of situation?
When you get back outside back up up the stairs, you do find that all of the shrimp have sort of like regressed like back into the tanks. They're not necessarily like in the water or anything, but it's like they've retreated to a place of like safety. It looks like whatever this field is making them want to retreat. And the including the bigger ones, and actually the little ones are the ones that end up on the top. So yeah, you tase a couple and you get your your shrimp. And you
Me
come
three.
out. Oh, your 3 shrimp. Sorry. You have your armful of shrimp, and you come outside to see this. Choke, you rolled a lot.
I rolled a 13, so yeah, I was
That's
trying
a
to
lot.
do what Impulse wanted me to do and skirt around with Klaxon's help, sort of finding a quiet path where the bike wouldn't be heard, to get eyes on him.
The Salvador on the comms in response to what Impulse last said says, "Now, I don't really see much of the point of trying to meet up. That just seems like it's going to put us in a worse situation here. We've got the high ground.
So let's talk. That's fine by me, doll. We can sit here all day. I've got a fully charged up tank. I've got Centaur for days. So let's chat. How
Just
are
quietly
you?
on our comms,
no.
Choke goes, "Say the word, I'm in position, I'll blow him to hell."
How are you, Sal?
Sorry, I'm shuffling cameras around right now real quick. There we go. He says, all right, listen now. If y'all got backup coming in, if this is more... Our employers didn't really tell us much about the situation. We're just here to recapture the facility after y'all have been so kind as to restore order to things.
Really?
I don't really...
Who is your employer, may I ask? I'm just curious to see if it's the same, fucking corp that hired us. So if it is, well, fuck them. We'll blow them sky high. So work with me here, Sal. Work with me.
Well, without saying too much, does your employer have a proclivity for nautical-themed attractions and parks of sorts?
I think he's implying ideas here, or what?
SeaWorld. We've been hired by SeaWorld.
Ah. So... what? They think that they can teach these old dogs some new tricks, or...
I honestly don't have the faintest idea. They want the shrimp, so...
Oh.
How about this? We know y'all been hired by Bubba Gump and their failed attempt here. What if we cut you in for half of what we're getting out of this?
That does sound like a really fair deal.
Then we all
But,
walk away alive.
Yeah. Well, it was really nice of you, Sal, to shoot your shot.
Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat. I assume that was the go sign for...
I'm firing on him.
Okay.
Before we do that, we got a great chat redemption for me for some first aid.
Oh, nice. All right.
So great, yeah. Impulse says shoot your shot, and I fire a missile at their ding-dang tank.
All right, everybody, go ahead and roll to those that are mixing it up. Mix it up. Clarity and Crisis, the two of you, armful of shrimp, come out. You can see the everything happening. You can see the Tortuga. Choke isn't there for some reason. There's somebody on that hill up there, and suddenly...
Oh, that's an 11.
Yikes.
5 harm.
Okay.
Area.
Klaxon.
Messy.
What are you doing?
Breach is the other one.
Cool.
And then both the Tortuga's gun whips and swivels around, and Rosie clink opens up and fires because I can
Okay.
do the dual.
So roll to mix it up as well.
Yep. And
You just have to do the one roll.
okay.
Yeah. I basically will just take whatever the higher damage is.
They're
But
both autocannons. They're both 4 breach.
okay.
I don't know if they're area or not.
You do have to take 2. So making noise, you take harm, Ally takes harm, something breaks. What do you pick from those?
I can't. I literally, like Klaxon always does. He never complains when he's stupidly wounded. So yeah,
I've only taken 1. I can take. Just don't.
yeah,
please
but
don't kill me.
but the taking harm could be really bad. These are like autocannon rounds. All right, let me look at the list again. Mixing it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we'll take the noise and okay, yeah, I guess something happens where there's like sparks or whatever, and impulse will take part of the hit. Starship damage, like a panel goes up or something, and she takes
Okay.
a little hit.
So Impulse is going to take harm. Okay. Yeah, so here's what happens then. From Clarity and Crisis's point of view. Suddenly, autocannons on the Tortuga come out and begin to fire on the people on the hill. At the same time, a missile comes streaking over the the hillside and impacts all this group that is up there. There's this huge explosion. They do get a couple of shots off that clip the side of the Tortuga. Impulse, one of them does hit you. You take 4 harm, minus armor. And as the dust clears, everyone up there is dead.
Good.
There's no more. There's no more tank. There's no more Sal. Everyone's gone.
Hey, Crisis,
Yeah.
you saw that, right?
Sure did.
Okay, just checking.
Is that normal for y'all?
Yeah, well, I mean, we do some pretty weird stuff, and I would label that as pretty weird, but I don't think that specific thing has happened before.
So this is normal.
I mean, we blew up a balcony with people on it, so I mean...
Efficient. All right.
Just comes over comms. Do you all have your fucking shrimp?
We got some shrimp.
Yes, we did.
Okay, it's time to go.
I agree.
Yup.
And we like
Buckets of
children holding books in a hallway, like back to the Tortuga.
I'm gonna flavor this as having never suffered this much damage before. She's just gonna go unconscious because she's at 23.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you where you're at. Also, I need you to roll. I need you to roll plus the harm taken. So roll plus 4.
Well,
Yeah,
that's so armor to minus the armor. So I took 3 because of armor.
Yeah, so roll +3.
And then I have the thing where I get to take a -1 to the harm.
Okay.
So
Whatever you
wait.
ended up taking from that roll.
okay, so I've got armor, and then I've got the other armor thing that's -1 to the harm move.
Yeah, that's the roll itself. So when you click it, if it gives you a submit, you would put a -1.
Okay, so I don't trust roll 20, so I will do this. So I just minus whatever I roll, and then but I add 3. So basically +2. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You want to roll low on this one, is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay. I don't see one that's going to be particularly... We'll go with the unconscious thing. I'm okay with that, if that's where you want to go with it.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm at 21. Do I have to roll the harm?
Yeah. I should...
Yeah.
I thought I made you roll earlier.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
hit. Totally forgot about it because I play too many of these.
Yeah, go for it.
That's good. That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
You get it. You get XP, and nothing bad happens.
Whew. Yeah, it Klaxon again. Like I said, he never complains when he gets wounded, even like when he threw himself on the grenade. And he's sitting there like bleeding out. And he looks over and Impulse passes out, and he's just like, hold it together, get everybody home, get them home, type thing. So yeah, he'll whip around to come get him.
Actually, can I take a moment? I have trauma derms. I can't heal Impulse because she's at 23, but I can heal Klaxon. So I would like to take a moment and heal Klaxon. So you
Okay.
get to go down 1. And then can we take like a flavor moment in there? Because that's
Sure.
great. Okay. So I'm going to go to Klaxon and start bandaging him up. And, well, I know.
And he's like, somewhere in the battle, this came down, and then he's like, he goes to put it back up, but then you already said that, so he stops, and he's like, and he like slowly his hand goes,
He's like, what does this mean?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of goes for the gun on his tactile harness.
You can put that away. Frankly, if I were going to bring you in now, they wouldn't believe me. They think you're dead as a doornail. I'm not going to do a job that I'm not going to get paid for, and this is impressive. I don't know how you pulled it off. I don't know what you did, but you did something that not a lot of people can do. I'm going to let you live. But you remember, you lay low. They'll send us after you again.
Scouts. Yeah.
All right.
And we see then, like, from behind Klaxon, and Chappie is like putting his gun back inside his chassis from his peg on the wall, because he's stealthy, and the gun is like a stealth hidden gun, so he's like, and he puts it back too. And yeah, and the whole time I was still driving with the visor on.
He's just patching you up while you're driving.
Yeah, no, I get up out of the chair and I'm still driving because I drive with my head, not with my hands, generally speaking. So I like the image of him sitting in one of the chairs in the back while you're patching him up. Awesome.
I love it. So, Impulse unconscious, getting a little bit of medical attention from anyone in the van, just in the Tortuga, making sure she's okay. Choke, you're fine. I guess. Got hit with a fucking missile, and you're fine.
I have a lot of armor, and I'll patch that shit up.
You did get 1, so you did get XP, right?
She did get XP, and then the chat took the 1 away
XP.
from me.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, I patch up my skinned knee.
You all drive past
Bleeding
the
out.
smoldering crater.
I am built for this.
That is remaining from the SeaWorld hit team that was sent to take this shrimp facility, and head back into town. And I just want to go ahead and wrap up this mission. I know we're a little bit late, but we can go ahead and knock out this mission in one nice little bow here. If somebody wants to go ahead and roll to get paid.
Can Impulse
Which-
not do that since she's unconscious?
What is the rule for that? Because you're the
it's-
only one who's ever done it.
It's the
Got
one.
thingy.
She does have the thing for it, but yes, I will say you roll plus the unchecked segments of the legwork clock, so it'll be a roll plus 3.
I'll do it.
Please do.
Do it.
Just gonna let me pick one that has 0. Ignore the tag on this. Plus 3.
Yes, plus 3.
Well, double ones.
I'm gonna yell.
No money.
Snake eyes again.
I'm so upset.
Oh boy, guys. All right.
That wasn't a skill thing. That was a roll 20 thing. Hey, roll 20, why you do this?
I know.
Cleanse roll 20.
What
All right.
happens? What happens if I fuck it up?
All the things.
Do I get XP?
Yes, you get XP.
Do I get shot? Because I get XP for that too.
Well, here's the thing: is that you don't learn anything. Your employer's not a. You already know who your employer is, so that doesn't really help. The meeting will attract attention. You're not paid in full, and it's gonna be a setup or an ambush.
Well,
It's like they thought Sid was gonna be the one rolling it.
Yeah.
But I'm unconscious, so
Rude.
yeah. They're like, well, joke's on you. It was gonna be her again.
All right. Here's what happens.
Oh, Lord.
You come driving into the meeting point. I'm gonna say you've said your goodbyes to Crisis at this point. Dropped him off somewhere along the way to. Are there any goodbyes you guys want to do in roleplay?
Already slipped him her number.
Make sure he gets the 2 shrimp. Give him the shrimp.
you have the
Oh yeah, and he gets
Oh, yeah, I
the
got
2
the
shrimp,
Get
the
the
male
mating
and the
pair.
female.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Just leave.
Anything else
Bye.
with that scene?
See you later.
Bye, Clarity. I'll look you up.
Okay. It's nice. Bye.
He's gone.
Because of that, this doesn't feel like a total failure, but
You are told to meet what's his name? Frank. A specific location to celebrate the return of Bubba Gumps. And you come driving up in the Tortuga, and there's a restaurant that he's asked you to meet him in. And you can pull up outside. It's pretty empty in there. It looks like they've cleared out the space for this celebration for y'all. You head in, and you can see at a far booth the cowboy hat resting kind of on the head of a handsome individual that is facing away from you in one of the far booths. And you come walking around the side, and you see Frank sitting in the chair with a bullet in his head. And you hear heavy footsteps coming around you. as a cyber hit squad comes filing in around the building. 10, 12 armed, fully cybernetic individuals come like sweeping in from the entryway. Impulse is still unconscious in the Tortuga.
I am
assuming
unconscious
right
in the
now.
Tortuga. Yeah.
No, actually, we'll say they got you up to 1. They patched you up enough to come in because I want Impulse to be in here for this.
Oh,
But you are very badly off right now. You're not healed. You're just conscious. And you, as this hit squad stays there silently, you see a door from the back kitchens come swinging open, and you see silhouetted a very large form come through. And you realize that the large form has 2 massive ears. And he says, "You thought you can get away with it, huh?
Oh,
I got you now." And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight. Oh my god.
I just gonna say it could have been, Goof Thulu. So I'm
Oh, he's
glad
in the
it's
back. He comes walking up behind him.
There it is. Got your back, Mickey.
All right.
I'm so
That-
angry and scared and angry.
Feeling a lot of emotions right now. It's been an emotional roller coaster of a
It
day.
has. It's. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know this has been a very long session. We've gone a little bit over, but I wanted to get through all of this, and you guys murdered the other hit squad so fast that I needed something else. So I can't believe your roll finally failed one of those end of mission rolls. I'm so happy.
Both rolled double 6s and double 1s on that final roll.
Roll 20. Hey, roll 20 if you want to defend yourself. Fucking come at me.
We're gonna have words, roll 20. We're having words. Serious
I
words.
will fight you. Tweet me. I dare you.
Your physics don't make sense. We can't cleanse your rolling. What is your problem? Huh? What do we do to you? We use you every week. What the hell?
Nice
We
job.
love you, and this is what you
Who
do to
hurt
us.
you, roll 20? Who hurt you?
Exactly.
So I'd like to wrapping this up. Did I give you guys your XP last week for accepting the mission? Your 2 XP. Do you remember that?
No,
Oh, okay.
I put it in 2 different spots. So there's like mission and XP, and as you click them off, XP on my sheet. So I don't think
should've
you did.
Leveled up.
Okay, because you guys are gonna get 9 XP
Okay.
for everything that has happened, because I wasn't giving it to you piecemeal, and I forgot to do that as we went. Is 2 XP for accepting the mission, the first XP for the legwork phase, then the action phase, and then 2 XP for completing that mission. There was also the twist with the other team coming in, and you guys got an XP when you learned about them. They were meant to be a bigger deal than they ended up being. An XP when you decided what to do with them, and an XP when you eliminated them.
Nice.
And you guys kind of all just did all that one. So 9 total. So I think
I
most of you
level
will
up.
level up again.
Yes.
I know we don't get paid in full, but do we get paid at all?
You do. I think you get paid half, so you will get 3 instead of the 6 that you would have gotten.
I mean, not bad.
I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure.
So so I can envision it. So because we, double won it, for some reason, Klaxon didn't stay in the vehicle. It was like cheese biscuits with Frank. Oh shit, I gotta have some of those. So instead of sending one of the bots in, he came in person. Is that storyline viable? That way I'm actually there instead of having my virtual presence, because I never go to these.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, we'll say they were too damaged, or
Gotta get them cheddar bay biscuits.
I got suckered by the biscuits.
Or you get the biscuits. Yeah.
Cheddar biscuits.
Sorry, I was double checking.
I'm gonna read out chat while you're doing that. A shrimpy payment, a krilling spree.
Because you guys chose to.
Guys, you're doing a good job.
I just want to confirm. You guys chose the job pays well option, correct?
Oh yeah, we chose everything, but get extra gear.
So yeah, if you choose to get paid in full when you complete, you get twice the amount you staked. If the result of getting the job was the job pays well, you get packed 3 times. It doesn't say what happens if you choose the get paid but fail on the other one. I
feel like it goes back down to regular paid.
To double? We'll go with double.
Yeah.
So you guys get 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's dead of 3. Anyway, that's not too super important. But like I said, we're way past time right now. So let's quickly do our who knows you better thing. So everyone picks one person who knows them better than they did previously. Impulse.
Klaxon.
Klaxon. All right. So Klaxon, yours goes up 1 with Impulse.
All right.
Who else?
I was doing math.
Morgan, are you raising your hand?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I feel like Crisis knows her better, but also want to pick someone who's not Crisis.
Because I'm
As the guest. I think we've done it before where I let you guys pick
I did it with
something.
Mouse.
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
Mouse,
say historically we've been able to pick a guest and another
And somebody else, yeah.
person. So
If you connected well with the guest character, then you can pick the guest character and pick somebody else on the main squad.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Crisis, and I think I'm gonna go with Choke.
All right. Looking forward to seeing what Choke does when she finds out Clarity fell 3 stories on Crisis's watch.
me too.
All right. Choke?
Yeah, for me, I was gonna say Clarity.
Okay.
Just purely based on saying, if anything happens to her, I will literally murder you, with Clarity standing right there.
Yeah.
So.
And then that just leaves Klaxon. And Crisis, if you can think of somebody that you want to give one to. Okay, Clarity. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Klaxon?
I too was gonna say Crisis, but I think too, to see Impulse in battle mode was something new, so we'll go with Impulse.
Yeah. Alrighty, friends and family. That's where we're going to end for tonight. Thank you everyone out there for watching. This was a wild session. Unlike any I've run of this game so far. So amazing. Thank you, Sam, for joining us today. You're an awesome guest. Do you want to plug anything before we get going?
Follow me on Twitter.
Follow Sam on Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter's all below our faces and stuff, so you guys can see where to find all these fine folk.
I'll plug your shit. I know you guys said you were on hiatus, but you do still have a Twitch channel, so follow it. I put it in the chat. You can't stop me.
Anyone else wanted to plug anything real quick?
I have a couple of shows that are not on this channel. They're on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. I play in a D&D game and run a game of iHunt on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay. So come hang out with me. It's the days this channel is dark. So what else are you doing?
Yeah, if you're not here.
What
I
else
do-
are you doing? I'm
I
doing.
do Sunday mornings on my channel, Graybeard Tavern. We're doing because it's Halloween, we might be doing something spooky rather than Deep Sky Derelicts this week. Whilst we wait for Darkest Dungeon 2 to come out. And then I'm also on Indoor Adventures channel on Thursday nights.
Awesome.
And come on Thursday and see the final episode of Elegant Sufferings this week, 8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, it'll be a wonderful. It'll be epilogues, and all of you motherfuckers are getting married. All of you. I will not rest. We will not end until all of you are married. Yeah, but come check it out.
I can't wait to marry my boyfriend. He's my favorite. Any romance that I've done ever.
Let the boys get married.
Let them get married.
All right. So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, my lovely players, for being here. We will see everyone next week for our next session with less shrimp. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.